You're just a floating hat.
Hello. You are just a floating hat. Yes, let me...
One of these things is not like the other.
Okay, let me do that while I'm fixing the other.
And you have the back of my head.
Yes. So welcome. While I'm doing fun stuff. I hope this is right. I don't know if it is.
Pardon us while we correct some technical difficulties.
Yeah, that was the right one. Okay. So now that the cameras are sorted out, welcome once again to Casual Cactus and our weekly D&D sessions. We are.
What are we, Keith?
Flustered. We are flustered.
Nuts.
Yes. That too. But we are. We're doing a little bit of a fill-in while I get together some notes and some plans for the future of the Glassbreakers Guild of the Valley campaign. We are...
Today's going to be fun.
Today is going to be absolutely hilarious. But we're letting Brayden run a Western which has been titled Sunset Over Sierra, I believe.
It was, yes, you are right.
So I got that right, and he ran last week, and we're running the second part of it this week, and we'll see how things go with that, and we'll make further plans for next week as we get to them. We'll let you know what's happening. Stay tuned to our Discord server, which is the best place to come to go to find any news about what's happening with the channel.
Or noise.
Noise.
It works.
Yeah, it works.
Also, sorry, the link still doesn't work because, we keep saying we're going to fix that and we don't.
Yeah,
You can see my bald spot.
I'll take care of it.
Polish it.
So go to the Discord server. It's a good place for news and to keep tabs on what's happening. Kyrie's creative stream links there, so you'll always know when she's doing her thing. So go check it out. No, I don't think I will. Also, all of the video that we do, wow, it is definitely going to be one of those nights.
It's a Monday.
All of the video that we do does wind up on our YouTube channel, so go there and check things out. You can find all of these one-shots, other one-shots that have been run by various members of the party. Brayden does a lot of them because Brayden is awesome, and we like what he does. So he does a lot of them. Danny's done some. Lance has done some. We've gone into other systems, all kinds of fun stuff. So go check out the YouTube channel. And while you're there, do be sure you hit like, subscribe, and ring the icon. Do all the things like you do when you follow stuff. So
Okay, Keith.
It's a Monday.
it is a Monday.
Yeah.
It is
wow.
a Monday. It is a Monday. So, without further ado, we will turn it over to Brayden.
We will, yes. Welcome back to Sunset Over Sierra. I am once again your dungeon master for today's proceedings of Sunset Over Sierra. Last week, the party, the three individuals were hired by Morgan Lachey, also known as the Mortician, the one-armed gunslinger, who has hired the party to help his friend Bill Northrop, who has a plot of land near the town of Sierra, that the town of Sierra is being harassed and plagued by a Mr. Hofstetter and the Gentry 3, who he has hired. They traveled to Sierra found themselves hired by Mr. Hofstetter to take care of some folks who had not yet sold land to him. They traveled there and through the cover of the night got to the homestead where they found it had been quickly abandoned. You got some shots fired at you and saw that Bill Northrop was attempting to defend against you, but luckily you saw that it was him and took out some gunmen that Hofstetter had sent to keep an eye out on you and quickly dispatched them. You talked to Bill, who told you that Hofstetter has been buying land all around, and specifically at a place called Yellow Band Plateau. Bill went on his way to go help the rest of the homesteaders that he is helping, as you guys headed back to Sierra. That, I believe, is
And we
where
blew up the house.
we did blow up. the
There
house.
was another color, like red something.
No, Blue Street Canyon.
Blue Street
Blue
Canyon
Street.
is where Bill is hiding
Blue
the
Street.
other homesteaders.
Right. I knew there was a color because there were two colors.
Yes. And that is where we will pick up today. You guys are traveling back to Sierra, having just taken a short rest to do a little bit of healing as you begin to slowly approach Sierra. What is your plan?
I'd prefer a little bit of a longer rest than that because I'm still probably.
I think that's already in the books, because
Okay.
doesn't it take us a day and a half to get...
Okay,
It takes
good.
a half a day to get to
That's right.
That's
back to
Sierra.
Sierra.
But then it'll take a while to get to the other side. What did we decide we were gonna? Did we decide we were gonna try and shoot up the guys on top of the saloon? Was that a conversation that we even had, or was that just a thought that Danny had? We should be scared.
I mean, I was talking about finding windows and stuff to set charges up there, but we hadn't, I don't think, said anything specific.
No, I do not believe that we had any particular plan for when we got back to town.
Well, did we want to deal with that, or did we decide that it would be better to go on through first?
At the moment, we still have our cover with Senior Hofstad.
Mhm.
That's true. That's true. Might make things a little easier.
It seems to me we should report in that we were successful,
Mhm.
gain a little trust.
Fair enough. All right. Get a
No.
little bit of coin anyway.
We are not going to report anything about the men following us.
No, I
No,
think
don't see
that
a
we saw them set up camp night before and didn't ever see them again.
Yeah.
I do not believe we ever saw them.
Fair
Period.
enough.
No, I'm all right with that too.
That way, we do not let on that we knew we were being followed.
Fair enough.
All the more reason for him to think that we are being truthful. See?
I don't mind that. All right, so stop off there. Oh, should I put the dress back on? Ugh.
I don't think you ever took it off.
Oh, I didn't. That's right.
Because
Cause
we had to,
I
stitch
wanted
you
to
up
look more
outside it.
ladylike. That's right. That's right. Never mind. So now I just look like a woman who's been shot several times in a pretty dress. Oh well.
Day in the life.
Day in the life. More than I care to admit. So,
All right.
moving on along.
You guys make it to the town of Sierra quite easily. Maybe half an hour left of daylight left before you ride into the streets of Sierra. You can see not a lot of lights on. It looks like the only lights are on is the saloon and the sheriff's office.
I will be a little bit more melodramatic about those bullet wounds as I get into town, lest anybody think anything. I'd just soon keep undercover, I reckon.
We could take you over and drop you off with the preacher. See if he'd be willing to help patch you up a little better.
Makes sense.
How are you health-wise?
I am fine.
Yeah, I'm at 33 of 76. And that was after some healing, I think.
So we make a quick stop by the...
See,
Alright.
So I'll,
I will stay with the horses as you take her in.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and switch out for my Bible again.
Okay.
And I'll knock on the door.
After maybe like a minute, the door does open and you see the father standing there.
Father?
Yes, how can I help you?
Well, as we was riding out of town, we were accosted by some of the folks that you warned us about. And as you can see, my compatriot here is fallen down some stairs or something.
Make it a deception?
No, yeah, like he's being clear that it's like she got shot.
I've been
Okay.
shot.
Okay. The father nods his head and like, come in.
Thank you. I was hoping we might be able to leave her here for a little bit while we take care of a bit of business. I'm talking too fast. And I thought that maybe you could help stitch her up, and she could help with your arm there.
Well, I'm not much of a doctor per se, but I can see what I can do.
I'm sure she can direct you.
I've been known to fall down the stairs before.
I mean, you look at her face and you can kind of see that.
Okay.
That's hereditary, Pa.
Aw.
Just like cuts her eyes over to him and glares.
He just sort of takes it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Father, we'll be back in a little bit. Pick her up.
If I don't hear from you in a couple hours, I go over there anyway.
Sure.
All right. So I'll let him, kind of guide him through stitching me up a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
Cleaning up the spots that weren't able to really be properly cleaned, all that jazz.
Okay. Samuel, you return back to nobody.
Ready?
See,
I think we should leave her horse here, or tie it up out back maybe.
see, and I'll toss you the reins.
Walk it around and tie it up back behind the chapel.
Okay.
Then I'll head back around. Yeah, lead the way.
You guys head to the saloon. You can see it is bustling at the moment. You can hear the generic piano music playing. As you push open the bat door wings, you can see everyone's drinking and having merriment. There's a couple of games of poker going on, and a couple people look up to where you're at and kind of have it recognize you as you guys come in. You can see the large gentleman, Walter,
Right?
kind of come up to you guys. You guys are back soon.
See,
Yep.
Did you get it done?
Yep.
I'll let the boss man know.
Oh, Walter.
Yep.
Okay. He climbs up the stairs and starts heading towards the one door.
is there anybody in the saloon that stands out as I'm looking around?
Make a perception check.
What a perception check. Okay. That's gonna be a 24.
24. No one necessarily like stands out. It looks like a lot of these people are just like people who have just like come by, seen that there's a job to do, got hired to do it, and are just here waiting to see what happens next.
Okay.
No one. No one of particular interest.
Fair enough.
So Samuel, it's sort of his nervous habit. He's just sort of like playing with the wicks on his little canisters, running his fingers along the seals, making sure the seals are good.
After a couple of minutes, Walter comes back down from the stairs and just like, the boss would like to talk to y'all.
But of course, lead the way.
Walter starts heading up the stairs.
Follow him.
You guys follow him back into the room Hofstadter is staying in. You can see there's a couple of little candle lanterns that are illuminating the room a little bit, and you can see it looks like Hofstadter is just kind of sitting in a chair, smoking a cigar and sipping on some brandy as you guys come in. Ah, yes, please, come in. As pointed as ever. Did you get the job done?
Yep.
That's good.
There was some scuffling. You notice one of our companions isn't here.
Yes, I was about to wonder whether the young lady had gone off too.
She's getting stitched up as we speak.
Yeah.
House is up in flames. Bit of an unfortunate business there.
Shame. Roll a deception.
I mean...
roll a being facetious check.
Or persuasion.
Or persuasion. I'll
I mean,
allow
that's...
persuasion.
Whatever works, it's all going to be about the
I
same.
mean, it's not technically a lie.
It's not technically
the house
a lie.
is up in flames, and it wasn't. What'd you say?
A scuffle.
There was a scuffle, and it was an unfortunate business.
Yeah, 16.
Okay.
I have no pluses.
Well, that's very, very... I'm actually impressed. I've hired a few individuals to take care of these problems, and a lot of them have kind of been shuffling their feet, as you say.
Like I said, punctuality is our business.
Of course,
It just takes me a long
and
time
I
to tell
do
you
pay
that.
for punctuality. And he pulls a small wallet out and counts out $75 and sets it onto the table in front of him. Your payment.
Picks it up, just hands it to you.
I'll stuff it down in mine.
Now, at least enjoy yourselves for the rest of the evening. I might have some more stuff for you coming up if you're interested.
I'd say we probably are.
Of course. He raises his brandy glass. Good night. As
Good
he
evening.
Takes a sip and continues smoking his cigar.
Buenas noches.
Samuel will stretch. As he does so, he's just trying to like eye out where the windows are.
Okay.
And see if there's any particularly over, because his room was like a little separate spot, right?
Yeah.
So he's trying to like, I'll lean back and see.
Make a perception check then, just to get the lay of the land.
12.
12. You have a decent understanding of how the room works.
Okay. I mean, yeah, so stretch a little bit. Thank you, sir. He tips his hat to him and steps out.
All right. You step out as well.
Yep,
Is there still the gunman sitting in the corner?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
He nods to you as you guys go by him.
I'm going to pointedly ignore him and just keep right on walking.
Okay.
Alright, well, should we go get Tessel and rustle up some grub?
See.
Alright.
May also do to... check in the sheriff's office
Sure.
just to see? I saw the light on. Thought it appropriate.
Yeah. If they're keeping late hours, might be that they'd appreciate the help.
Well, I believe.
Are we still in? We're still in the building.
I'm keeping my voice low as we're.
Okay.
And I'm just sort of walking down the steps and ride out. I'm not even bothering
Mhm.
to stop at the bar. And I probably will hold my peace until we're outside
Okay,
on
okay.
the street.
I was just making sure.
and making sure that there's no one around, listening. And even then, I'm keeping my voice pretty low. I would be interested to know just how deeply in the pockets of Senor Hostetler, the local sheriff, was.
The good father
See,
doesn't seem to think that he's quite as corrupt as we were led to believe. But that could also be his good nature showing through.
see.
So, if you'd like, I can go pick up Tessel and meet you over there.
See, I will wait for the two of you to join me.
All right. So he'll just go ahead and mosey on over and pick up Tessel from
Mhm.
the church
Okay.
church house.
Tessel, you are grabbed from the church.
And that whole time I was just like pretty much acting like a vapid woman.
Okay.
Like, I don't know how, I just keep getting shot. You would think that one of these days I'd put two and two together, just like acting like it is not a strange thing. Like this whole situation isn't incredibly strange to be in for
Mhm.
Someone of my gender. So yeah,
Make a general deception check
sure.
to keep up or performance to keep up the facade.
Performance. Oh, that's not bad. It's a +2, so that's a 19.
A 19.
Really good at being vapid.
Yep.
Alright.
Are you acting?
The father just keeps nodding as he's
Yeah.
working. The father just keeps nodding and he's working on you and just kind of, it is like doing that thing where he'll like nod, maybe not necessarily like hearing you, but just nodding and like in continual understanding that you are having a conversation with him. So.
He's such a good listener.
Mm-hmm.
It sort of just peek in. It's time to go.
Oh, alright. Thank you, Father. I appreciate all of your kindness.
Thank you,
Thank
Father.
you.
We'll hop up and put my sleeve back on and meander over to join you.
We're meeting nobody back over at the sheriff's office.
Alright. We anticipating anything finding over there?
I don't know.
Alright, fair enough. Mosey on over there with you then.
Your horse is around back.
Perfect. I'll go and get the horse. That was a horse that was provided, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I probably haven't named the horse because I probably feel like there's a fair chance that the horse might not make it and I don't want to be attached.
So what you're saying is you're riding through the desert on a horse with
With
no,
no
name.
name. Yep.
Boo!
Yes, indeed.
Boo!
Hey, he said it, I didn't.
I like it.
Yep.
Okay.
So
we'll head over there and meet you.
All right. Once you
You're in
guys,
front of the sheriff's office.
so once you're all here, once you guys all gather up with me, I'll sort of knock on the door as I'm opening it to walk in.
Okay.
So do I find the sheriff there, or is it one of his deputies?
You see, it looks like the sheriff was having a nap at his chair, and when you come in, he kind of like works on sitting up. He's like, yeah, what can I help you with?
Oh, I just wished to express my gratitude to you, senor, for pointing me in the correct direction.
Oh, of course, of course. Good to do some business around here.
See. These are my compadres.
Sir, ma'am, nice to make your acquaintance.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Charmed, she's sure.
Sorry.
I was. You'll forgive me, senor. I am not from around these parts, as you know, and
Right.
Senor Hofstadter wished us to deliver some papers to a what was the
Trova family.
Trova? No. No, we did that.
Oh, sorry.
He wanted us to take the papers to Yellow Band Plateau. See?
Oh,
See?
those ones. I'm sorry.
I'm not quite sure which direction we need to go.
Oh, right, Yellow Band Plateau. That's I think it's about a 2 days ride from here. There's a small trail. If you go maybe like a quarter mile off the road to the south, there'll be a small. It'll look like a gnarled tree. Right past that, there's a small little trail that starts heading westward. That can easily take you to Yellow Band Plateau.
See, oh, gracias, senor. He said something quite odd, and he told me that we should wait for them to give us something to bring back.
Not sure what that would be.
Well, I'm
maybe
not sure
just
either.
just maybe some papers or something.
He said something about the strong box, and would we be able to carry it on our horses? I do not know. It is none of my business. I'm apologizing. Sorry.
Make a general deception check.
Okay.
Okay.
General deception check. It's an 18.
18. Okay. I don't know exactly what would probably be in the strong box, but if it's important, you probably should bring it along with you. It might slow your travels on a horse down, but it should probably come back.
We will take care of that. See. I do not. I think that was it. See.
I'm just right grateful to you. That's all.
See.
Well, much obliged to you,
Muchas gracias, senor.
of course.
We'll let you get back to your urgent business.
Of course.
And at that point, I will turn and walk out.
Okay.
I will just follow right along.
Okay. You guys exit the sheriff's office.
Mm-hmm.
By this point, the sun has set and darkness is upon you.
I will. Well, friends, what shall we do?
Did we glean anything from him?
I was poking, prodding, see if anything goes scurrying from the rock I turned over.
So, under cover of night, do we want to set up some fireworks, as it were?
Bother me. We can.
I am not an expert in such things. I am, however.
That's what I'm here for.
I can help cover you. Yeah.
But do we want to set that up for tonight? Set up that second floor building to suffer, what did he say? Accidents happen all the time.
See.
Might recommend recommend making sure that we set the charge so that it goes off when the saloon is less busy. A little less collateral damage if it brings the whole house down. But, yeah.
Perhaps I'm wrong, and correct me if you feel otherwise. But I didn't really see folks in there that were locals.
It's a fair point.
Aside from maybe the pianist.
Perhaps.
I don't know how much is collateral damage and how much is bringing down the organization.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I can't necessarily assume their motives after having not spoken a word to them, but I reckon that a good few of them wouldn't. It wouldn't hurt to go down with that ship.
But I'm open to timing. Frankly, I'd just as soon only take the top floor. But
If it's a shabby building, though, might end up being the whole floor, the whole place anyway.
my explosives will only take the top floor if the rest falls in.
That's on the builders, I reckon. All right then.
What do you need from us, senor?
Well, it's gonna take me a little bit of setup. I'd just as soon get as close to the window as I can. So if you want to be a first story man, what's your strength?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, cause you've got your really wide, but like you're supposed to be really tall and stuff too.
yeah, I mean, he doesn't have. I don't have a great strength.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I've got a pretty beefy constitution, but
Yeah.
not so much on the strength.
Well, I reckon we wait for bedtime, as it were. Once we suspect, we see the lights go out. That's when we start setup.
All right.
So shall we find someplace dark we can watch town?
I'm gonna need some time for setup.
All right.
I need to fill a couple of extra canisters. So,
I could use to change into something darker too.
now, this also does not have to be tonight. We could take a stroll, as it were, and just figure out what time is going to be best every once in a while.
See, we should probably find lodgings for the evening.
You
Fair
can
enough.
Get your setup done. Get some of your canisters filled. All that good stuff. Whatever.
So aside from the saloon, is there that has, obviously the rooms? Is there a place? Is there another like boarding house or hotel?
You guys can make perception checks real quick.
15.
15.
Oh, that sucked. That's 10.
Sorry, you said perception?
Yeah.
It's 18.
18. My two gentlemen, you do see that there's kind of a little boarding house, just kind of on the opposite side of the street from the saloon.
Okay.
It looks like a lot of the people that can't fit into the saloon are slowly coming over to the boarding house at this point.
Okay. Right there. Now, I assume you want a separate room.
I mean, so long as I got a separate bed, I don't particularly care. But
Well, I'm fine with the floor, but
For propriety's sake, perhaps a separate room.
all right.
Yep.
So he'll go up to the door of this boarding house and
Yep.
peek in. Is there's purveyor? Of the
There's a
establishment?
purveyor. It looks like a homely looking woman. Kind of sees you enter. Is like, yes, can I help you?
I told you wasn't the only one. Yes, we're looking for 2 rooms for the night.
I think we can provide that for you. She gives you prices and you guys pay her the money. And 2 rooms are provided for you. Make perception checks as you guys enter the boarding house to just kind of give it a scope and lay of the land.
That's a nat 20.
Not nat 20.
16.
16.
6. From a 2.
What was yours again?
16.
16. So, Tessel and Nobody, as you guys are kind of looking around the room, you recognize the sort of like tough individual when you see them. Cole, will you please describe what you look like?
So Cole is tall, but not big. He is almost emaciated in his black long coat. He has a shock of copper hair, very, very pale skin. Looks worse for wear. The coat is tattered and patched up in different places. If you look closely at Cole, he is missing part of his ear. He is missing a chunk of his nose, and his face is pockmarked, and all his movements are very slow and deliberate. So if he reaches forward for something on the table, it's very slow, deliberate, not a fast man, you would guess.
Got yourself some competition.
Cole,
What do you
you've
mean?
been in the town of Sierra for several months now.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of yours by the name of Bill Northrope has asked you to be his inside man as Hofstetter is keeping track of it. You're basically keeping track of what Hofstetter is doing and what he is sending his men to go do so that you can inform Bill and cut them off at the pass.
Gotcha.
And you see these 3 interesting individuals you saw the other day who came in and talked with Hofstetter, and you found out that they had been hired to take out the
Trova family.
Trova family.
Okay.
Well, this should be interesting. And like this isn't somebody that we've met before.
No, it is
Okay.
not. There's a look of between everyone as you guys enter in, and Cole and you guys kind of like look at each other before the homely woman is just like, your rooms are this way. She continues to gesture forward.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nobody, I'll catch you up in just a second. I'm gonna step out and pull out my saddlebags.
See.
Evening, sir. I'm gonna walk on past you.
And I'm just going to follow the proprietress back to our room.
Yep.
Now, where is it in the boarding house? Does it look out over the main street towards the
It's kind of in like
saloon,
the
or
back of
is it in
the.
back?
It's in the
Okay.
back of the boarding house. For the most part, kind of like half of the boarding house is just a room that is just filled with cots,
Okay.
and you can see most of the people that Hofstetter is paying, kind of just like on the cots resting and whatnot. But there are a couple of like rooms
Okay.
in which you guys have purchased.
All right. So we go to the. I will see Tessel to hers.
I'm gonna ask the lady who showed us in. Now, pardon me for my awkward wording, but I can't help but notice that there is a striking lack of figures of the female persuasion here. Are there really any? You are the first woman I have seen since setting foot in this place.
Well, a lot of them kind of left with their menfolk, or left when their menfolk died.
So there's not like a quilt guild or something going on somewhere.
other
that I
than
could take
myself,
part in?
Other than myself, the only other individuals are the women of the night that
Oh,
work at the saloon.
oh, I see. It's just been so long since I've gotten to talk to another lady. My word. How do you do it?
I carry a really big gun.
That's a good idea.
She just
She
gestures to she gestures to kind of like she's got like a shotgun on her back.
I'm learning that might be important myself. Kind of like rub my shoulder. I understand. Well, if while I'm here you ever have anything that you'd like to talk about, I miss getting to talk to my friends.
Of course.
I'll go ahead and just go into the room.
So does our room? So does the gentleman's room? Does it have a window outside to the outside?
A very small one.
Very s- Okay.
Maybe about that big.
Not big enough for you.
Dang it.
Unfortunately, not a lot of rooms are
Yeah.
fit to your needs.
Yeah.
Maybe if you go out sideways.
You just gotta
So is
do
it
the
is
geometry
this,
part.
Like two stories, one story.
It's just one story.
Just one story. Okay. All right. It's
So I'll grab. He's just bringing like the full saddlebag in,
Mm-hmm.
and it sort of clinks around. One side clinks more than the other, but it's sort of a muffled clink. And the other side, oh, you'd probably see because I'm coming in. The other side has just like books packed in it, some of which are pretty gaudy, like gold gilt sticking out a little bit from a Bible. But he wanders in past you. He does not notice you yet. With a 6. So.
If you get hankering for a walk later, Paul, do let me know, just so you know. I know you get the shakes late at night, and you could probably use some accompaniment.
Yep. He just shuts the door behind him.
Okay.
And
And
you anticipated getting called daddy.
So once he's in the room, he starts pulling out. So you haven't actually seen in his saddlebags except when he's opened them for his books. But on this side, he's got a whole lot of like vials and cylinders, and there's a lot of black powder in there.
I'm gonna go over to the oil lamp and I'm gonna blow it out.
I need to see.
See, but I do not need to blow up.
He reaches in there and he pulls out a little, what are they called? Bullseye lantern. Sets it up. He starts going about his work.
You know, I think I'm going to go for that walk now. And I'm gonna
Have fun.
I'm gonna slip out of our room and back through the common area and out the front door.
Are you gonna take Tessel with you?
Yeah, I probably would. I'd stop and knock on the door.
Yeah, Paul? Oh, it's you.
Would you, Senorita, would you care to accompany me?
Well, if you're going to ask all nice like that, I reckon I will. She kind of goes back to her normal voice for a second and then takes your arm. It's lovely to catch some good night air.
See.
Goes along with you.
you guys go through the front. You guys go through the front door, deciding to take your walk. Almost around that time, the back door does open, and you can see. And entering in is maybe a 14-year-old boy, who kind of looks around. And Cole, you know this individual. This is your contact, who, as stealthily as a 14-year-old boy can, heads over in your direction and kind of slips you a note before running off.
Okay.
That's interesting.
The note is from Bill. He says that 3 individuals have joined the cause. A longhorned tiefling named Nobody, a half-face scarred gentleman by the name of Samuel, and a woman folk
A
who
woman.
wields
Oh,
who wields guns named Tessel. He asked that you. He also asked that
please
you
don't kill these
give them as much assistance as required. It is signed Bill.
And I saw them get a room. Did I hear what room they got?
There are only 4 rooms. It's not that hard to see which one it is.
I'm gonna slowly get up and start making my way upstairs then.
It's only one. It's one story.
Oh, then I'll head to where the rooms are.
You did
Does he
see
pass
that
us
those
on the
two
way? Okay, yeah.
those two have left, so there's only one person in one of the rooms.
Okay.
One.
Sam, you'll hear a gentle knock on your door.
Who is it?
All that to answer in your normal voice.
Coal.
Coal mines. Coal. You hear a little like ding, 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 ding. Ooh. One moment. He picks up his lantern and goes and lights the room's lights. And he opens the door just a little bit. Coal.
Coal.
Hattie. Can I help you?
It's gonna be the longest conversation.
Bill said I should help you.
Bill. Yeah, Bill. Alright. How are you helping?
What do you need?
They're the same.
Like looking into a dark mirror.
Good question. Come on in. I just sort of like... He sort of sidles open the door. Don't kick nothing.
Cole will step in
And you see there's like vials everywhere. There's like saltpeter, you've got sulfur, you've got a bunch of stuff just like laid out on the floor where he's been working. Do not kick anything. I don't think this establishment would survive the resultant firestorm.
few things would.
Nobody in Tesla will be back shortly.
Good.
There's going to be an earth-shattering.
So he sets down. He sort of shuffles around a couple of his papers where he's got a bunch of his notes. One of which he's got on top is a design he's got for part of his shotgun that he's working on. And he just sort of shuffles that to the side. I'm working on drawing it out now because it's kind of cool. But he then he drops some more stuff in some vials, and then he pours it into a large cannonade size barrel. And he just keeps mixing stuff together. And eventually he actually runs out of some of his materials. So I'm going to go ahead and take apart some of my pistol rounds. And I'm going to use that black powder as I'm mixing stuff together. Go ahead and drop down 10 rounds. You okay there?
Keith killed me with the earth-shattering kaboom.
Still stuck on that.
Sorry.
That's awesome.
Okay, I think I'm good now.
Where was the earth-shattering kaboom?
Tessel and Nobody, you guys finish your little half-hour walk.
Were we scoping anything out? Anything like that?
You know, we'll sort of walk by. Probably walk down Main Street and just keep an eye out and see if as we pass by the saloon, I just kind of want to look and see if I see the sheriff or any of his deputies down there. And if not, then keep my eyes open for them coming and going between his
Yeah.
office and the saloon.
Make a perception check then.
Careful.
Yep. 8.
8. It is dark,
Mm-hmm.
and there's the thing where it's just like it's difficult to look inside when there is light and whatever. But
Yeah.
you're having a hard time kind of just like gauging where everyone is in the saloon.
Some point, if we end up having to be back here for very long at all before we leave and can like wrap this up with a nice tidy little bow.
Nice tight little boom.
That too. I reckon I should maybe see if I can weasel out of any of the working girls here what they might have been told by drunkards in the saloon as far as why exactly this land has been so wanted.
Let's see, that would make sense.
Maybe somebody's gotten drunk and gotten loose-lipped about it. Might not be a bad thing to check out.
Perhaps.
But I can save that for daytime. I imagine the girls ain't quite as in business during the daytime hours. But imagine we might be busy enough I might not get to that before we have things tidied up. But I am deathly curious. I should probably
That's
not
okay.
use that turn of phrase. But as to why the hell all this land is so high a priority for these people. Yeah.
So we'll finish our round and
Mhm.
head back to the warden house.
Okay.
Yep.
Once we get there, I'll make sure Tessel is safely ensconced in her room.
Okay.
Do let us know, Senorita, if you need anything in the night.
All right, thank you. You are a gentleman for some reason I cannot understand.
And then I'll go to my room and I'll open the
You
door.
open the door and you can see amateur science kit on the floor, and you can see the tall black cloaked scarecrow
Who is just standing there.
who's just
Like
standing
this whole
there.
time, he has just been standing at wherever he stepped into.
As you step in, you kick like a glass. Oh, that's fine. That was water.
Is it safe to come in?
Oh,
As
Probably
safe
not.
as it is to be anywhere else in the building.
That is strangely not comforting, friend.
It wasn't meant to be.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Cole.
Cole who?
Just Cole.
Bale sent him.
Bell?
Bale.
Bell?
William.
Ah! Bill! Bill! I see. Ay, caramba. So, why did Senor Bill send you?
He said to help.
Did he say what you were supposed to help us with?
No.
Ah. Troubling. I don't know why I became Transylvania with that one.
The Spanish Inquisition changed me.
Two powerful kabooms.
Well, welcome, Senor Cole. I'm gonna look around the room, and how is it furnished?
There is a cot on one side, a cot on the other.
Both currently covered with explosives.
And they're on a small ended table between them.
I am sensing a
Hold this for me. It's just, he's like pulling off of his hat this long wick. Hold it
I just keep death
right
cord
there.
wrapped around my cranium.
Thank you.
All right. And I'm just going to turn and walk back out
Okay.
into the main room.
He's real
And-
talkative.
And I'm going to... I'm going to walk out front.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess our horses are out front.
Yep.
I'll gather them up and I'll take them around behind the boarding house like I'm going to go, tie them up
Okay.
out back.
And he gets on them and rides off.
And once
Throws
I-
a match behind him.
And once I get around back, so it's a one-story house. Once I get them, tied up around back, make sure that I'm out of sight of everywhere.
Make a general stealth check.
General stealth check.
General stuff check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
And...
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to... So it's, I assume it's a peaked roof, like that, just a typical, like,
Mm-hmm.
which way does the peak run? Is it running towards the street or is it parallel to the street?
Parallel.
Okay, so I could, okay. I'm gonna climb up onto the roof
Okay.
and I'm gonna get down real low
Okay.
and just kind of shimmy my way up to the peak and
All right.
keep trying to keep my horns as far out of sight as possible.
It's a drunk guy looking from across the street going, there's a demon cow on the horizon.
And I
What's
just
that ox doing on that roof?
and I just kind of want to peek up over the peak and just kind of watch the saloon.
Make a perception check then.
And that's yeah.
Keith.
Wah,
Man.
wah. Natural one.
Oh boy.
Sick.
Okay. You
Damn flies.
you're sitting
You
on
roll off the roof.
you're sitting on the roof watching the saloon, and you've got a pretty good sight. And then a torrential rain starts coming down.
You were rolling influence to the weather. It's that bad.
Hey, come
You
on.
are soaked near instantly.
Okay. I'm too stubborn to get off the roof at this point.
I know.
So I'm gonna be there in the rain for a little while.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
I don't really know. I guess I'm gonna read for a little while. Is my room right next door to theirs?
Yeah.
You poor
Okay.
thing. When I blow us all up.
Yeah,
You'll
I
be
mean,
there.
at least I
that's
won't
the
feel
best
much.
place to be. Yeah, you won't feel anything.
Yeah. I'm gonna just kind of like
The
listen.
flavor
in.
zone.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen in through the other room.
It is so quiet right now.
It is quiet. You do
Very
hear the occasional glass tinking or weird sounding contraption.
You all right in there, Paul?
My ear paw.
If you're not her Paul, why does she call you that?
Who's in there with you?
Don't sound like nobody.
Are you talking to yourself?
Very trained ventriloquist.
No. His name is Cole.
Your other personality?
I'ma light this.
Please don't.
You just hear with one of the grinders.
Okay. Just let me know when you're ready for a walk.
If you decide you want to come visit, you're welcome.
Oh, well, if I'm gonna be invited, it's rude to say no.
Nobody. You notice now. You still on the roof. You notice that the saloon's no longer in front of you for some reason. You look around and it appears the roof has been blown off. That doesn't happen, but it's just in my mind.
Boom!
Yep, that'd be about right.
And let's roll new characters.
That'd be about right.
I'll go ahead and go next door and just kind of tap. I just need to make sure you haven't totally lost your mind now.
Would you open that, please?
So Cole will open the door, just a little bit.
All you see is a chest and a neck. The head heavily obscured by the height of the door.
Alright, there is somebody else in there with you. You're not that tall.
I told you.
Good to meet you, sir. Cole, was it?
Yep.
Oh dear God, there's two of you. Not the weirdest thing I've seen, but my goodness. You got everything under control in there?
You talking to me?
Well, you're the one who's threatening to blow stuff up, so yes.
I ain't blown up yet.
Fair enough. What's your story, tall person?
Bill told me to
Why
help.
Why don't you step in
Oh, yeah, I suppose that's hard.
and shut the door?
Oops. Yep. So, so Bill told you to help.
Yep.
How do you tend to help with things? What's your skill set?
Not dying.
I tend to attract bullets.
That's a unique skill set.
Say I'm reverse Magneto.
No, that is my bullet.
Now, that tends to be reasonably lethal for folk, but I imagine since you know that you have this skill and you are standing in front of me, that you are somehow you are somehow immune to being. I've seen really weird stuff. I saw a man who was a beat once. I gotta tell you, it was a terrifying thing.
Hold up. What?
It was a whole religious cult that beat people. Nobody was there. He'll attest I'm not insane. At least not because of that. Unless he just refuses to speak of that day. So I don't know. He might be immune to bullets. You immune to bullets?
No.
Dang, because that would come handy earlier.
So he pulls. So Samuel reaches inside his coat and pulls out a really old looking, well, not necessarily old, but real beat up looking, what are those called? What are these called?
Pocket watches.
Could not come up with the word for the life of me. He sets it down and pulls a little small ball peen hammer and just smashes the front. He dumps out the glass and starts playing with some of the gears.
So what part are you playing in our plans? Other than, well, I mean, you're attracting bullets for us, and I appreciate that as a person who seems to have been on the wrong end of some. But,
I think Brayden.
alright then. You know, this has been real fun, but I would almost rather be doing anything else. I'm just gonna go back to my room.
As you close the door, Cole's good night.
Not through the door. I
There are
travel
a bunch
with
of misanthropes, you know that?
travel with such interesting people.
But at least they're not on the roof in the rain.
So he'll
Brooding.
Samuel will finish up, and he sort of tidies up and throws his stuff. He wraps all the glass, and then he puts it back in his saddlebags, and he just has a little container. Oop! It's bleeding. He just has a container now that has this not a stopwatch, a pocket watch. This pocket watch set on top. It's not attached to anything yet. He just kind of shoves it into the corner. Huh. Where did nobody go? Well, yeah. Damn, I hope he's okay. I better go check on him. You wanna come with?
Excuse me.
Up to you.
Lead on.
He steps out and just walks through the common room.
Nobody's not in the common room.
Alright. Steps out the front door.
You can see that some rain has started.
Oh. He's probably fine. He shuts the door again. He goes back up to his room.
Meanwhile, anyone watching from maybe across the street from the saloon, if they looked just right during a lightning storm, would see a very, almost like a brooding, antlered Batman
That's
sitting,
exactly what I was. Nobody has become Batman.
sitting on the roof of this boarding house.
So after
Just gonna
about
jump off
20
the
to 30
roof.
minutes of that, if the
Okay.
weather doesn't clear up, I'm just going to
Nightmare.
slide back off the back down to the ground.
It is a lot easier to get off of this roof now.
Yeah.
And you land down with a nice into the mud. Before entering the boarding house.
Could be worse, but that's still not pleasant. Thank
Wet
you,
and
dear.
covered in mud.
And I'll, open the door to the bedroom,
You see a very wet
close it behind me.
nobody.
Look what the cat dragged in. You alright?
See, it's
Nobody
raining.
back safe.
Nobody's safe.
Good.
Oh, that's beautiful. Nobody's safe.
Pass that to him. Gosh dang it. I'm upset how good that joke was. I forget on how much I loved the nobody puns back in the day.
Yep. It is raining, senor. And I'm gonna go over to whatever corner I can get some semblance of whatever. And actually, no, he doesn't care. He's gonna go over to the corner and just start pulling wet clothes off.
Okay.
Do you have a place to stay for the night?
Yes.
Alright. So now that it's raining, I'm gonna be putting off our plans. But this beauty, and he just sort of like gingerly taps the barrel, is for our friend Mr. Hofstetter. We're looking at maybe having him professionally let go. given a pink slip going in a different direction.
Buried in a box.
He is
Floating
going to
down
be
the
fired,
river.
senor. That is the pun you are looking for.
He's already made it.
What he said. Fired.
And I'm going to climb into bed.
I guess there's 2 cots. So, because it's wet outside, I imagine tomorrow's probably a better day. So, I'll bid you a fond good night.
Night.
So he just
Cole will leave.
Okay.
he just sort of gets on the cot and he sort of lays his hand over the top of this barrel. His other hand is on his shotgun.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Betty, you are so beautiful.
Please don't kill me. I don't want to die.
Okay. You guys spend the evening resting. For those who need it, take a long rest. Oh, you're fine.
Me too. I didn't actually take any damage.
I was only down 2.
I didn't get hit. I just stayed inside and shot out the window.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You guys wake up in the morning feeling refreshed,
Feeling like P. Diddy.
like feeling like peaches and cream.
Weird analogy, but okay.
Look,
I just sort of knock on the wall next to him. Yep. Yup.
Oh, I thought you were saying yup, not are you
Yup.
up. I was,
No, I said yup.
yes, I didn't.
Bell? No, Bill. Bell? No, Bill.
Bill.
William. Oh!
Senor Bill.
Thank you, by the way. I could not for the life of me remember what it's like. Bill is like a nickname for a name. What is it?
Yeah. Mr. Willie.
Robert? No.
That's Bob.
I know.
Bobbert.
Bubbert.
Robert.
Burbert.
Yeah, I'm up and around.
All right.
Should I?
And around, huh? Long night. He's still talking through the wall.
What does around mean for you?
I need to insulate these walls better.
Outside the room.
Oh, well, yeah. Maybe a little bit, just talking to the lady up front.
Alright. Well, we gotta get us some breakfast and get us another job.
Dress or trousers?
You take your pick.
Am I needing to maintain an appearance for a little while longer, you reckon?
I mean, so far, you're one of 2 gals I met in this town. So, whatever profession you have is probably not particular, on the up and up.
Fair enough.
Not that I care, but
That's a good point, and if I can just,
As her father, you should be more invested in her life choices.
right?
she keeps calling me that.
I mean, we have
Does the age difference actually work?
Probably.
kinda, yeah, because if you're in your 40s, she's like mid-20s-ish.
Alright, alright.
So, yep, and especially since you look older than you are anyway.
Well, I mean, he's missing, like, he only has hair on half of his head because the other side got blown to bits, so.
Yep. So she just rolls with it because that seems like a pretty good cover story, but it's
Easy
not like
going,
anybody necessarily believes that it's like that's actually who they are. So she's gonna put on her her black outfit and more or less cross dress.
Okay.
Pull up a a scarf pretty high up so that it looks more like she's masculine.
And Samuel puts on his long brown coat.
Okay.
You ready? Nobody?
See?
Alright.
Where's your friend? Never mind.
You look over, you can see him sleeping on one of the cots. He's sleeping where most of his body is on the cot, except for his knees that are just like off of the cot.
That looks right comfortable.
Huh. Interesting.
So the big barrel is getting left upstairs,
Okay.
at least for now.
One story.
Oh, I don't know why. Ever since we said upstairs, now it's stuck.
It's just in my mind. The if there's in rooms, they are not on the same floor as the common room. That's
Yeah.
how this works.
It's a longhouse. Actually, maybe not. If it's all on the same floor, it's probably better to take it out. So he'll just sort of, like, real careful,
Mm-hmm.
pick it up, and he holds it like this.
You about to put that on horseback?
No!
Okay, just making sure, because that seems like a right dumb thing to do. I'm just saying.
And so on top, there's like a watch face that's got little, like, copper bits sticking out of it, and the glass is all shattered. And it's just sitting on top, and so he'll take it outside.
Alright then. I'm just gonna get my stuff and load up. Because that thing scares the mess out of me.
So he's gonna actually just go take it into the stables and like hide it under a bunch of cloth and stuff in the stables.
This is a terrible idea.
I mean, what else am I supposed to do until we set it up?
So what's your guys' plan for the day?
We going to Yellow Band?
What? I thought we was going to get a job.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
I suspect that one of these nearby jobs will take us there, but
Makes sense.
Have you eaten yet?
No.
Well, breakfast on me. I'll go and see what I can order. Do they do a breakfast in the?
They do.
Okay,
A bowl of porridge and a slab of bacon.
perfect. So I'll pay for everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Huh?
Gracias, señor.
I might
Cole
not
does
even
not
call you
eat
Paul more
bacon.
than once.
One of those vegetarians.
Vegetarians.
No.
All right,
Just got a thing against bacon?
just take the bacon off your
Too
plate.
much fat.
Alright.
He sort of shakes the bacon at you, like,
What a strange gentleman.
all right.
You know
You'll eat
you're
your
not
bacon.
a fat man, right? You're aware of this?
How do you
Dysmorphia.
think I stay this way?
Fair enough. I mean, I've eaten a slice or two of bacon. While I'm not as scrawny as you, I'm by no means a large person. Just saying. Bacon is manna from heaven.
What? What?
I don't know why
Oh, is that
we
the
have...
is that the
That is a
Amber-
pencil with my sister's name on it for some reason.
Yeah, no, it's been in there for the longest time.
I
It's been
don't
in there
know why
for
we have
years.
it.
Ha!
I have no idea.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
I made a comment about that several times.
I
I
forgot
didn't catch
apparently.
it. Yeah.
Anywho, yeah, bacon is manna from heaven. That's a piss poor shame, but you know, you have the right to
So-
make your own choices.
So I'm gonna kind of just make sure to lower my voice. So why are we not going directly to Yellow Band Plateau?
I mean, we was told that we could pick up another job this morning. I figure that since that's what we're here for, we probably ought to get
That's
our
fair.
job.
In case we go over there and find out that there's a little bit more than what we can deal with right away without some planning, it might be good to have
See, the way I see it, if you got enough black powder or dynamite, you don't need a whole lot of planning.
Seeing things like that you say, they worry me.
Well,
I like to lead my targets.
all right.
So when he throws the keg of
You just shoot the dynamite a little bit ahead. Unfortunately,
That's not what I meant.
I am fresh out of dynamite. That said,
Good.
it's a mine that we're headed towards, so
Is it?
that's what I understood.
Well, I mean, assuming we get a job that takes us that way.
Out at Yellow Band, yeah.
What did
I
they
thought we
find?
were
Did
told.
They tell us?
Nope. Just that Martin runs it.
Martin at the mine. All right, all right.
Well, I suspect we ought not to take you to get the job. Do you want to just meet us at the saloon?
sure.
All right.
Okay. You head back to the saloon. Walter looks at you guys. The boss has some jobs for you. And he gestures him to follow you.
And so we shall go to war.
Okay, you follow him.
Lead on, Walter.
He leads you up to the second level where you enter the room of Mr. Hofstetter. Ah, yes,
Good
good
morning,
morning, everyone.
Morning, sir.
Morning,
Sean
morning.
Connery.
Yes.
Yes.
Very well.
German Sean Connery.
Feeling rested?
Much better than yesterday.
I see.
Good.
I kind of forget that I'm in a different outfit for a second and then go, oh.
Well then, I do have another family that needs to be taken care of. The Crockers.
Crockers.
Crockers are off their rocker if they didn't take the deal.
Yes, they're about a 3-hour ride to the south.
Is that the same direction as Yellow Bend?
No.
Bend, Belt, whatever. Band. 3 hours south. What direction is that?
South.
South.
No, no.
Yeah!
No!
West.
Dang it.
The mine is west. Yes.
3 hours south. What direction is that?
It's that way.
Can't take you anywhere. Alright.
You don't have to take us anywhere we
Yeah,
show
that-
up.
okay.
That's fair. That's a fair point. Dang it. Fine. Alright.
Okay.
Do you have another contract you want us to try to get them to sign?
Yes. And he pulls out another slip of paper, much like the envelope you received the other day, and sets it down.
I'm hoping that this one will go a little smoother. But if not,
I hope so too.
alright. Sir, now, this ain't any of my business, so feel free to just say so.
Right.
Why does their land matter to you? I'm just curious. Again, feel free to say none of my business. And mum's the word. About
Sure.
your uncle.
It's some good land to develop. If I control it, then I can sell it at a higher price later
Fair enough.
on.
For what? Like out here, there's nothing.
Parking lots.
Parking lot, as far as I
Hey,
can see.
paradise.
Disneyland.
German Disneyland.
There's nothing out here.
German Disneyland. Welcome to Sweden town.
Also known as Disneyland.
Yep.
We love you, Disney.
Please don't sue us.
Oh, please. We're not worth it.
We don't have money.
And yeah, none of us have enough to make it worth it
No.
suing us. All right.
All right. That's his response.
I'm
Not the Disneyland part, but the.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thank you, sir. I think we'll be off. What?
I was just curious about what you would develop out here. Just a whole bunch of sand and nothing.
He sort of tips his hat. I'm obliged to tell you that that was a deflection, and we are not supposed to be asking questions. That's
Forgive
not
me.
what we're getting paid for.
Apologies.
Accepted,
Sometimes I don't quite pick up nuance here and there.
of course.
He tips his hat again.
Yeah.
I'll tip mine too.
Adios.
You guys exit the room and exiting the saloon. Hopping on your horses and heading out.
Do you have a horse?
Yep.
Perfect. All right.
All right. We'll head out.
Okay. You guys head out.
So are we swinging wide on the way back, trying to hit the west and come back up through the bend, or are we just gonna go ahead and do this job till we get assigned out there?
I'll leave that in your capable hands.
Why?
I'm gonna keep a watch
Sure.
sort of behind us to see if we're followed
Okay,
again.
make a perception check.
That would help since we'd also.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I don't know.
Oh, birds.
That's gonna be 15.
15.
Where did you find birds?
The birds are alive.
Government conspiracy.
Doesn't seem to be anyone following you.
That's good, because we already wiped them out. Alright.
Not seeing anybody, but we'll still keep eyes out tonight, I reckon. Well, it's only a 3-hour.
Yeah,
Right, never mind.
should be pretty quick.
Yeah.
So, I understand that you work with Bill. Do you have something we can tell this family as far as where they can? Dang it. Can we send them out to Blue Streak Canyon? Do they have what they need out there to take more in?
No.
Alright.
Surely they gotta have family somewhere, right? What can take them in for just a short time?
Well, I'd hate to actually get this bill of sales sold,
Oh,
signed
yeah.
rather, because then it's more or less a done deal.
We can always just go back and shoot Hofstetter.
He's got a lot of his boys downstairs though,
So
and I don't know if you heard.
we
Did you grab the
shoot
big gun?
What's that?
Did you grab the big gun?
the
that
bomb.
The
The
bomb?
Oh no, it's still back at the.
Okay.
I am not taking that thing on horseback.
Okay.
We're gonna get back and that whole place is gonna be leveled.
I mean, oops.
Okay.
I mean, we certainly can. Doesn't really solve the bigger problem, though. We still don't know why he's actually buying up the land. He's got something out at Yellow Band Plateau. More than that, we don't know, though. If he's got support from outside, we take him out, and we're just as likely to have someone else as bad or worse.
Could just shoot them too.
Not
Could do.
wrong.
But we ain't from here. And I don't know if we was planning to stick around to wait for someone from Germany to show up to shoot them.
If he has something at Yellow Band, why aren't we going there?
I mean, like I said, we can. We could just go now.
I think honestly we oughta. Because, I mean, realistically, we're just going to keep getting jobs trying to push people out, and there's no promising that it's going to be anywhere close to where we actually want to go.
I mean, I'm fine if we want to take a while and swing wide.
Yeah, let's hit Yellow Band first before we,
Well, I think we probably better ride at least an hour or so
That's
out of
fair.
town before we make any sharp turns like that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'll keep eyes on us as we start kind of heading westward too, just to see if there's anything I didn't notice before that we might notice change in direction. I don't know.
So he'll reach into his saddlebag and he pulls out a book. He starts reading as they're riding.
What's this one?
Thermodynamics.
Not shocked.
Okay. You guys start heading southward. Before, after an hour or two, you cut to the west, and continuing the 2-day journey it will take to get to Yellow Band Plateau.
That was the other reason. But,
Anything you would like to do during those 2 days?
geez, 2 days that I'm just leaving a bomb in the stables.
Yep.
2 days there, 2 days back.
Yep. Yeah. Somebody else's problem now.
There is going to be a lightning strike.
So, interesting random fact. So if there's a bunch of hay baled up in that stable, sort of an interesting thing that can happen with hay is that where we have a rainstorm, if it is not properly like kept up off the ground, especially where the ground is, it's hard packed because we're out in the desert, if it got wet. Interesting thing about hay is that it can spontaneously combust
Oh, that's
when it
right,
gets
I
wet
forgot.
because it dries from the inside out, which is one of its unique properties. And when it does so, it heats up on the inside enough that it catches fire.
Yep.
We don't have to do that. Just saying.
I know.
But
Okay.
That's horrifying.
Yep.
Everyone who walks by that stable just hears.
Well, there is a watch going in there.
Oh dear.
Mm.
All right. Let's. I would try and have a conversation in the evenings and get to know Cole better.
Every so often, I'll drop back behind everyone and try and wipe our trail so that nobody's following us.
Okay.
We need to
make a
ride single
survival check,
file to hide
I
our
don't know. Only Imperial stormtroopers are so precise.
They proceed to never hit anything else for the rest of the series.
16. Okay. You seem pretty confident in your cover-up.
Okay.
Yeah, over the first evening I'll try as we cook and stuff to, like, so Cole, you a permanent resident out here?
No.
No? Where are you from?
East.
Interesting.
You wouldn't happen to have a brother named Clancy, would you?
I'm just, trying to get to know you a little better, seeing as we didn't before, this morning. Thought
Last
it
night.
might be last night, there you go. Just trying to get to know you a little better. What brought you into this kind of work?
I tracked bullets.
I would ask how one discovers that they attract bullets, but I feel like I already know the answer to that question. I seem to always find myself with the most interesting personalities.
It could be worse, señorita. The preacher could be here.
Oh, God.
I liked him.
No, wrong preacher. We have
Oh.
bad experiences with the men of God in general, apparently. This one has been the first one in a long time that I haven't wanted to kill because he was terrible.
Fair enough.
I can tell this is it's a match made in heaven. I don't need to ask any more questions. Just gonna kind of like set up her little bedroll.
Do you keep a weapon obviously on you?
Yeah, so as they were traveling, you would assume he has 2 pistols on his 2 gun belts.
Okay.
That seems to be it.
Fair enough. So while they're settling down for the night, Sam is gonna start working on his shotgun. He's basically got a rod that he's placed on top of it that's hollowed out, and he's working on boring that rod. So.
All right.
If there's not anything else to be said, the 2 days pass before you see off into the distance a plateau which indeed does look like it has a yellow band around it. And you can see it looks like there is a camp set off to the base of it.
How many people?
At this distance, you can't tell. This is only like the preliminary thing you can see. You can kind of see like some smoke rising from whatever this camp is.
All right. So what's our story if this ends up being a big group that we might not be able to take?
Do we got a story?
I feel like it might not hurt if we want to get more info. Get a little bit more informed about what we're doing. Might be nice to at least be able to say something that's going to keep them from wanting to get us unalive really, really quick.
Hofstetler sent us.
Do we know who the supervisor is?
Yep.
What's his name?
Martin. He's one of the Gentry 3.
It really is just like having 2 of them. My word.
We traveled 2 weeks to get here. Probably said a handful of words the whole time.
So, say that Hofstetler sent us.
Hofstetter.
Hofstetter. Say that he sent us. That's fine unless Martin's already been informed otherwise.
I mean, this is 2 days out, you recall.
It's true.
Why don't we just tell him we're here to see Martin? That's technically true.
That's fair enough. I'd be alright with that, I reckon. I want to know what it is that they're mining out here before we blow them all to hell, but it wouldn't necessarily bother me to do that
Well,
once we
if
know
that's
stuff.
the case, do we want to go up nighttime like and just go check it out before we deal with the folks?
See, it occurs to me that if there are any number of men here working the mine, they must be getting paid somehow.
So shall we go the long way around, wait for night, come in quiet?
What do you think there, talkative?
I do not think that quiet is his problem.
I think we walk in and ask Martin what they're mining.
I mean, it's direct.
What?
As long as you don't. I was just gauging to see what everybody was thinking. I don't mind that idea neither. We might get a gun shoved in our faces, but since you seem to be partially immune to bullets.
I recall, as he told you, that was not the case.
I said partially. He has not told me exactly how he has survived being a bullet attractor, so I have to assume there's some kind of witch magic juju going on over there.
Witch magic juju. That's a new one.
Way I see it, they're gonna shove a gun in our faces eventually.
You're not wrong. Alright. We can do that. Simplifies matters a bit, I suppose.
I really would rather go in quiet, like, at least take us a look.
You guys want to arm wrestle over it? Might be about as exciting as you ever get.
I find this whole thing very ironic.
It's not iron.
The quiet one wants to go in loud, and the loud one wants to go in quietly.
He just sort of draws himself up. I ain't loud.
No, but your toys are.
Please don't. That makes me mighty nervous.
Just don't stand too close.
You should have seen the thing he built in our bedroom.
I saw the parts and that was enough.
That's gonna be a fun boom.
Where'd you?
It's in the stables.
In the stables?
I didn't have anywhere better to put it.
Do you have something against horses?
No?
Should've
Only
put it
horses
behind
with
the
a post?
latrine.
Horses tend to not care about explosives. I've lost 3 of them in the past.
I like the idea of the latrine. I mean, you might not say more than 3 words in any average day, but that's a brilliant idea. Disgusting, but brilliant.
Alright.
I would be concerned about flammable gas.
Yeah, but if you're gonna end up putting it somewhere where it's definitely gonna go off anyway, might as well go off with as
Who
much
said it?
impact as you can.
Whatever.
You put it in a stable with horses.
In the corner.
'Cause horses never go anywhere near the corner of a stable.
No, they don't. Alright. Alright. So, what are we doing? Dang it, that was way too fast. What are we doing?
I'm good with either of those options. You guys tell me what you prefer, and I'm along for the ride.
Alright, I think you're our tiebreaker then.
Oh, do not put this on my shoulders.
Your turn.
Oh,
I got no problem with going up and asking. I just like to see what's there first.
I tend to agree that we need a better lay of the land before we storm in guns blazing, as they say.
You can be okay with that?
Makes no difference to me.
Fair enough.
Such impassioned people. My God. Just gonna kind
Alright, so let's find a place to set up and
Yep.
No fire tonight.
No.
Fair enough.
Okay, so we'll find a spot off the beaten path.
Yeah, you do find a spot off the beaten path.
I'm gonna like, I suppose we should probably take watch just in case anybody spotted us. If we were able to see them, fair chance somebody spotted us. So,
See.
I'll take
Yeah.
first watch.
Alright, roll perception.
Wait, are we wait. Why are we taking
Oh wait,
full
because
watches?
we're moving. Never mind.
I mean, we need to set the horses up, but
Yeah, never mind. That
Yep.
was a dorky thing for me to say.
you're okay.
It's Monday and I'm tired.
Alright.
Yeah, so... Yeah, when do you want to go?
Let's do this. As
All
soon
right.
as it's dark, I think we start moving in.
Sounds good.
Alright. Let's have everyone do stealth checks then. As you guys slowly start to approach the encampment.
Ooh, not sneaky. Oh wait, I have...
You have grit rerolls if you would like to.
I don't have to, I have inspiration.
Oh, good.
This is more inspiration in one night than I have gotten in the entire other campaign. I am an uninspired character. That is the same dang roll.
No, Simi's just been quiet.
Simi's been having an existential crisis, so.
I'll blow it all now.
I can't do math.
That is more like it, so that's towards myself. +7.
5. Okay.
So that is going to be, sorry, math. 12 plus 7 is 19.
19.
Why was that
25.
so
25.
hard?
21.
21.
11.
11.
Dang
Okay.
it, Keith.
You and your horns, man.
Well, and he's been rolling bad since we started this whole thing.
Yeah.
Except for the
This
crit.
has not been his campaign.
He shoots things real well.
Everything else, no.
Okay. Evens or odds? First one to say it.
Evens.
Okay.
Always evens.
You begin stealthing your way towards the camp. You are about 100 yards from the encampment. You can see it looks like there indeed seems to be a digging operation. Everyone roll a d20. Everyone just roll a d20.
So we all fall into a hole. Oh,
9.
9,
1.
1,
15.
15,
19.
19. The two gentlemen over here. The closer you get to the encampment, the more you can smell it, and the more that you realize that it appears they must have found a coal mine.
Aw, you're home.
Okay. That is odd.
What?
Can you not smell the coal dust?
Nope.
His nose is
Once
half
alerted
gone.
to the coal dust, you take a sniff, and you do indeed smell it.
No, I'm not sure I
Just
do.
take the
Yeah, you
bomb
got an out
and
one.
Put it in the coal mine.
Hmm.
For the next 100 years, no one can use it.
Why would coal be worth killing people and kicking them off their land?
I mean, if
With
they...
your 19, you know that the global train company that is attempting to build a train across the continent could use some coal right about now.
Okay.
So
And then the light
grabbing
would
this would be very profitable, and a train car may need to come through to grab the coal and take it to the general area where the train would go. To the main line of the global train company.
Okay, so I'm going to start looking around. Is there signs of a railroad at all that has been built out this
With your 19, it doesn't look like they have they have a railroad. You can see there are small like mine carts that they've set up, but nothing big enough to set up a
They
train
don't
yet.
have the land for the train tracks yet.
Okay.
Not all of it.
Okay, so
That's cheese, right? I picked up a handful of Spanish.
Funny if that would be the only time it ever rolled good with those dice.
Bounces off my forehead and then rolls good.
Nat 20.
so they are likely mining this coal to sell to the railroad.
Stands to reason.
And they're trying to buy up all the property to be able to run the railroad.
See.
They got arms much longer than just out here.
See.
How do we do this?
How
Break the
big's your
army.
bomb?
Pretty big, but it's back in town. I can't. That will not survive a horse ride.
If we light the coal mine on fire.
You know, with your grit ability, every time you get a grit, it's basically you just pull whatever out.
Right. But like the big one he was making to take out the building is still back in town.
But you do still have your keg, so.
Yeah, and he has the one. He sits on his back.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody out here is probably part of this this scheme.
I mean, all the people who were involved with Hofstetter.
All we gotta do is set a fire. And at least the interest in this area suddenly goes way down.
True enough.
But then we make it uninhabitable for the folk around it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in world, like, how far a radius, like, in days travel would this ruin? Because there's nothing really out here
Oh, well,
around
no.
this.
No.
Like, it won't
It's
do
2
damage
days
like that.
just to.
Okay.
It's like 2 days to Sierra. So
Yeah,
if
but
this
by horseback.
begins to if you set this coal mine on fire, and it begins to burn, it probably will not upset a lot of the landowners around
Okay.
because much like coal, the further down you go, the more there is. So there you would not have to worry too
True.
much.
Yeah.
Further down you go, the more there is.
Gross.
Shut up.
He's got really big feet.
Oh, I see. Thought you were making fun of my just like the further down you go, the more coal there is. No, it was a dirty joke.
Of course.
Of course it was.
Because, you know.
So
Number
as we're
12.
looking around,
Mhm.
is there any, what kind of what kind of activity are we seeing? And what are we, can we see the entrance to the mine? How's the camp laid out? What are we seeing?
Okay,
Or
so
can we see?
it doesn't. There's not necessarily a cave entrance, but it looks like they have bored somewhat into the mountain, and they're starting to bore downward. More of like, they're digging a mine
pit mine.
a pit mine,
Okay.
and like half of the pit is under the plateau. You can see there are various. There's maybe like 2 or 3 structures in the area, and you can see just several permanent setup tents around, just kind of the camp. And you can see there are general people just scattered around, just like it's nighttime, so they're either just like sitting around a fire, joking with each other, drinking or whatnot. And then you can see there are a couple of patrols that are going around checking up on
And that is
the
most
perimeter.
direct solution.
Okay. I want to keep tabs on the patrols. See if I can start picking up a pattern.
Okay, make a perception check.
11.
Okay. You're still working on patrol patterns, and are just watching.
So, is there a place that they're clearly storing the coal? Up top, anyway? Or.
It looks like they have started like piling it in a pile. Just kind of they've taken it out and just like
Just a stack.
Light it on fire.
are just like how you would with like when you're sorting rocks and that kind of stuff. It was just like started putting it in a heap.
Okay.
Doesn't look like a lot of these individuals are professional coal miners. Looks like this might be an amateur.
Oh, yeah. It's just whoever they can pay to come out and do the thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. This,
Well, I see one way to knock down a mine.
well, I mean, there's where they're storing it out over here. But we want to hit the actual area itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Create a diversion by setting that stack on fire so we can get easy access to the mine itself. And
Could
just
do.
Fire it up.
Well, my preference, if we're looking at blowing this whole thing up, would be to move as much of that coal back down as we can manage. Loose coal is going to burn a whole lot better than anything that they haven't yet mined.
That's fair.
However, I see that being problematic. That said, that is a whole lot of accelerant over there.
How far back from the edge of the pit is the pile of coal?
Maybe like 20 feet.
So, we push that down that hole. I suspect, at least currently, there's not going to be a lot of folks down there. We'll push it down the hole. And I can go set something up real quick like.
Do you have any particular idea how we push that down the hole, though?
It's only 20 feet away.
Look, 20 feet, and that's a lot of rock.
Ugh.
I don't have any particular ideas, no.
What about you, Cole? You got any glorious ideas in that quiet head of yours?
Could ask him to push it down the hole for us.
Not that broad.
If we grab Martin and make him order them to put it back down in the pit.
By intimidating them, or do we persuade him that his father has said everything's going up in bad smoke, they've been found out, burn the evidence?
I suppose that could work. I was planning on pointing my gun at his head.
I suppose we could try both ways and whichever one sticks.
Alternatively, we could tell him that he has been told by Mr. Hofstetler that they need to hide the mine temporarily
Ah,
because they got folks coming in from back east.
kind of nice little,
So they have to hide everything back down in the mine. We go ahead and help them out like the good citizens we are.
I like it. And then if he doesn't
Then
comply,
we get to go up and just ask him.
yeah. And then,
I have no problem with this.
yeah, if he doesn't comply, then you put your gun against his head and do it that way. But I feel like it'll go a whole lot easier if he doesn't feel like his life's in danger. Yeah, I'm alright with that.
You're talking to the wind.
Yep, that's not the first time, nor will it be probably the last time.
So we wait till morning then.
Sounds good.
See,
Just go
Now
with
we
the
get to
direct-
set your watches.
I wish I could say I had a better idea, but I do not.
I got nothing. Now, that being said, do y'all want me down in the mine getting set up tonight? Get things started? Or...
How easy is it gonna be for you to be able to set something up that's not gonna go off as we dump coal back in?
No, that isn't a problem. The problem is not being inside when it blows up.
Hints! Hints! Well, I mean, if you set it up tonight, you shouldn't be inside it when it blows up, right?
Well, right, but I have to set it up such that I can start it from outside. I only got, he pulls off this, it's like a cotton cording that he has around his hat. I only got that much. So I gotta figure something out.
If a horse ride could set off your bombs, can a bullet?
It takes something real accurate.
Longhorn's got a rifle.
I got a shotgun too, but now I could be wrong, but I imagine that to see it, whereas you could shoot it, you'd have to be closer than you want to be.
I mean, that would make sense.
I'd prefer not to be in sight when it goes off.
That would make sense.
And it's a hole in the ground, so you'd have to be in sight to shoot it. I'll see what I can figure out.
How far away is the plateau, the mesa, from the hole in the ground?
It's like right at the base.
So as we're talking, Cole's just gonna kind of...
I mean,
Or-
That would make a good perch. How tall is the mesa?
150 feet.
only 150?
How deep is the hole?
150 feet.
Well,
What's
whatever
your
it will be
range?
to be bad. Let's say
I mean,
I'm working on it for maybe like half a year. Let's say 50 feet. 50 feet deep.
So 200 feet if I'm shooting straight down. That's still well within my.
long range.
That is still well within my long range, and
Spend a grip point, you can ignore that.
yep. Spend 2, I can aim.
I know.
Spend 3, I can double
I
down.
know.
We can
I am well aware.
we could try it. So the thing is hitting it will only set off what it hits immediately. What we're gonna have to figure out, well, I suppose what I'm gonna have to figure out is how to chain it such that it is not just one explosion.
You have that. You have that.
I only have 3 arms length though. Now we just need it. I'll figure it out. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
I'm worried.
Well, I said not to. So.
I suppose I should go. Take myself to the top of the plateau then.
I thought we was introducing ourselves first.
Yeah, because
You can introduce yourselves. I need to be in position. And he does not need to know that there are 4 of us.
All right.
That's fair enough. I guess that's a good point.
Player Steven knows that you need to know what you're shooting before you go, but
Yep, but you have not played in a game with nobody before.
That's not how nobody works.
Samuel.
This
Samuel isn't
soul
thinking
has
that far.
once destroyed a power structure of an entire planet.
That's a problem.
Yep.
Nobody, and by nobody I mean Keith, likes to fly by the seat of his pants.
Not that Steven has any,
Any
No.
idea what that's
experience in that at all.
about? So I will gather my things.
Of course.
And I'll start heading to see if I can find a way to get up the plateau.
Mm-hmm.
Up to the top of the mesa.
Okay.
What's that ox doing on the plateau?
Wait, is that the same ox that was on top of the?
It's Badox! No!
So, as a side note, Keith, is like more of a comment. Is like, DMing for you is the same concept as like DMing for Steven. I don't know what's going to happen when I
don't
DM
either.
for
That's
you.
the thing.
Yep.
Wasn't it you that just went into the hag's room and
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
you saw the hag and you're like, I'm gonna kill that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's generally
The
how that
latter.
thing works.
Okay.
Prissy was worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prissy.
Prissy is a barbarian. You
I
have to not do
deliberately
it.
played Prissy without any plans at all, and she simply reacted to what was going on.
Yeah.
Her first thought, her first instinct is what she did.
Okay.
Nobody at least thinks out a little bit.
Okay.
And his plan is to get to where he can shoot things. Because that's
doesn't
what he
know
does.
what
Hey, that's my plan too.
All right. I'm gonna need you to roll a athletics check to climb the plateau.
I'm sure you're really good at
Can
those,
I
though.
make it acrobatics?
What are you willing to pay to make acrobatics?
That's a question.
Ooh, that is a question. No, I guess I'll do athletics.
Yeah.
Don't suck.
17.
17. Okay.
That wasn't
That
bad.
didn't suck.
That didn't suck. Good job. Good job not sucking.
You put Black Mamba on the back of your shoulder and start climbing the plateau. You're about halfway there. We'll go back to these guys. So
Okay.
you guys are gonna head back to the. So you're going in. To set
I don't
up
know.
the.
I don't think we actually decided that.
If you have a plan for how you want to set it up, that would be smart. But
I don't
it
know what I'm
depends.
even looking at yet. Like, is this only straight down? I can't see in. Like, are we only straight down? Do they have side tunnels that I need to worry about?
How many people does it look like are in this camp?
From what you can see about right now, about 20-ish.
350.
Can we see him
Buck
well
50.
enough that I can get an idea of like how do these look like? Do these look like the kind of people who, if a fight started, they were going to run away, or they're all going to pull out weapons and try and join in?
Okay. Of everyone here, you can assume since it's night, many of them are sleeping. From what you can see, maybe 10 of them are in are actual guns for hire. Everyone else seems to be coal miners or
Right.
chuck wagon chefs and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, I'd like to see what I'm working with, but it's going to be even darker down there tonight than it will be tomorrow. So,
You're the expert in your field. I don't know what to tell you. If you want to go down there this evening, I'll try and spot you, but
probably better just sleep it out.
works for me.
You guys head back to where you've kept the horses? Okay, let's just have another stealth check from you guys. But before you tell me your results, we'll go back to Keith, who needs to make another athletics to climb the other half of the plateau.
Gosh dang it.
You know what? I haven't rolled this one tonight.
All I can think for Keith climbing it is, oh no, I hope I don't fall.
Oh no!
Alright, that's
17.
better. That's better.
17, alright. You have
2
made it to
ones.
the top of the plateau. You find yourself a nice position to...
To overwatch the mine and settle down and just kind of wait.
Stealths.
19.
19,
17.
17,
Also 17.
17.
Oh no, 16, sorry.
I rolled 2 ones first, though. So I used all my inspiration there.
You're really
Stole
committed to
mine
being
last
stealthy.
time.
Yeah, +7.
Yeah, I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I was the last time I kept getting 2s and 3s and had to burn all of those inspiration that I got.
Yeah. But at least they're mostly out of the way now. You guys crawl your way out of the general vicinity of the place before you kind of start crouching and then heading back to where the horses are kept. You guys get there undeterred.
Cool.
Well, should we take watches?
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Alright, who's going first watch?
I'm gonna let actually, since I was the one. Oh no, because we've been out for a couple days. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'll take first watch then.
Go for it.
I can take second.
Wish I had still
Hey,
had some of
nobody.
those.
You gonna take fourth watch?
You gonna take Overwatch?
So that'd be a 6.
A 6. Okay.
bit by a
Seems to be a
rattlesnake.
very quiet evening.
Yep. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Yep.
Second watch. Roll a perception check for.
Where's my D20 here? 18.
18. That was close. Okay. Another. The night
Uneventful
continues to
evening
be
as the snake
uneventful.
slithers closer.
And finally.
14.
14. Okay.
And I'm actually up for third watch from my perch.
Okay.
15 from me.
What was yours again?
14.
Okay.
Fold tight.
And what was yours?
15.
Fitting.
Ooh. Okay.
59.
Was really close, but you all are fine.
You all
You do
don't
see
know.
you do see around your guys' watch. You do see it looks like some horses come and go, but do not seem to notice your presence.
Morning.
Alright.
So the morning sunrise shines over you all as you wake up.
Morning, gentlemen. Shall we get a move on?
Sure.
So I'm going to find my spot where I can watch. And I know kind of generally where my friends are, so I'm going to be watching for them and see, track what's happening.
Okay.
So it pulls out a book as they're riding a little closer. This one's architecture.
All right. What's the plan?
Go right in through the front door, I reckon.
All right, you go right through. You begin riding to the front door. As you approach, you can see people start like putting hands next to guns and getting ready rifles as you guys approach the camp.
He just tips his hat to each of them.
How
Kinda-
many?
About 10ish.
Okay.
As you guys come in, you can see coming out. You can see perhaps this is the medium-sized brother of the group. Besides Walter being the big one, Carter being the tiny, skinny one with the rifle. Martin seems to be somewhat of the medium of the brothers.
Oh God, that means he's the quick.
Yep.
I always love to give inspiration when players figure out their doom.
Wonderful.
As you approach, he kind of stops you. May I
Aye,
ask
Martin.
you what your business here is?
Yes, sir, Mr. Gentry. We've got some word that you're about to have some visitors from out east, and we have been assigned to help you hide the existence of this mine in a hurry, like.
Who sent you?
Mr.
Hofstetter.
Hofstetter. Yeah, she says it right. I change it every time I
Mr.
say it.
Mr. Hocken.
Yeah.
Roll a deception check to see whether or not Martin believes
Think high
you.
thoughts this time.
Two,
that's
two,
not
two,
too
two.
bad.
My thoughts.
Okay, so you said deception. Yes.
I did.
So that's going to be a 16?
Okay, that'll beat his 6.
Oh!
I was gonna say, let's hope Tesla has good charisma, because I know I don't.
I have good charisma, but I didn't take oodles, like, I didn't take proficiency in deception, so, like, it's not great charisma.
Martin, you can see Martin kind of relaxes and just like, so someone's coming to, is checking the area? Who's trying to check the area?
What did he
So-
say? Something about a land inspector, something like?
Yeah, land inspector doing work out here, following up on a bunch of prospect issues. In other words, they don't want it to be. They don't want this to be a noteworthy site on that particular person's list.
All right. What can we do for you?
Best thing I think is to be able to move what you already done mined out back in. I know that's a pain. I apologize, but
Well, at least it's loose now. It's
Yeah.
not in the rock wall.
so pretty much it's just a matter of moving it in back in and then back out once the inspector's done. But it's moving that back in and striking camp, trying to make sure that it doesn't look like we've been out here doing things.
All right. Well, we can load it into a couple of mine carts. That'll help us. I'll get the boys working on it. And he turns around and starts issuing orders just to some of the workers who looks like they were about to head down for their shift, and they start taking pickaxes and putting them away and grabbing shovels and start putting coal into these mine carts.
Samuel will go over and tap somebody on the shoulder and say, "Hey, I can take that for you." He starts shoveling instead.
Okay.
2 shovels of coal. Wow. 2 shovels of coal.
Wow.
Well, that's gonna wait for a later cart going down. But
Okay.
16
tons.
tons.
What do you get?
another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
Wow,
Yeah, that was something.
that just happened.
It did.
Okay. So you were helping with shoveling coal. Tesla and Cole, what are you doing?
I'll help out on and off with the shovel and coal, and I will occasionally, if it looks like they need help with anything else, I'll go ahead and lend them a hand. Just make it look as convincing as possible that I'm trying to be helpful in this task.
Well,
Alright.
as soon as the first mine cart is going down, I am going down with it.
Okay.
What are all the hired guns doing?
The hired guns, It looks like Martin is sending them off to patrol around a little bit just to make sure everything's all right.
Okay.
It looks like he's just, for the most part, maybe has left like 4 main guards in the camp, and all of the rest are just like patrolling outside.
I will help. Cole will help shovel coal.
Yep.
But he's gonna try and position himself in such a way that he can keep an eye on all the guards as they come and go.
All right, you do so.
Mighty fit in this.
Yep.
All right. Having gone down into the mine, Samuel, you start taking the first cart down. You can see it kind of it looks like they're going in like a stair, like in a
Tier.
down at an angle in tiers, like
Like Kennecott.
yes, like Kennecott Copper Mine is kind of what they're kind of doing at the moment. So
Cool.
Great.
So this track that we're running on,
mm-hmm.
how well oiled is it?
Very well oiled. They don't want sparks happening down here.
Figures. So he's definitely like rolled his sock down over his boot and is just sort of dragging it along the track as he goes,
Okay.
pulling off as much of that oil as he can.
Okay. Nobody. You are just watching.
Yep, I'm just watching.
Yeah.
Those horns on the horizon.
I am also, so I am watching specifically because I know he was going down in the mine. I'm
Mhm.
watching him. I am also, kind of keeping an eye around my shoulders up here on the plateau, just in.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want anybody sneaking up on me if I can help it.
Okay. What's your passive perception, just as a side note for
Passive is
myself?
15.
Yes.
This is just a side note. Are we planning on having an episode of this next week as well? Or is
that was the plan of
Okay.
having another episode.
Although,
making
you
sure.
know, if we all die, we can do something different.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
I was just-
I understand that you had your plan. So.
Yeah. So I will not be here next week. But if you're playing next week, then we had that discussion. But
Yeah.
okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Steven's gonna lose another character.
Yep.
So at this point, for the sake of brevity, whatever you do will happen. So what do you do?
Well, what time is it?
It's 8:30.
Okay, so
If you can fill half an hour, that'll probably work for us.
so as he's getting down to the bottom, what do they have down there still in terms of work equipment?
It looks like there are a couple of like mine carts that are down there along the line. Maybe another extra 4 that are down here.
What are they made of? Are they iron or steel or?
Whatever generic. I think a lot of them were actually wood with like metal struts.
Gotcha.
Yeah, metal framework, but wood mostly a
Actually,
construction.
yeah,
bucket.
metal framework.
All right. So
and
how many
wood.
more loads coming down does he figure there are?
You're thinking it might take about 3 hours to get the whole pile down.
Okay.
1 pile of coal, 1 bomb. 1 pile of coal, 1 bomb.
So what are you trying to place down? Are you going to place down the keg, or are you going
So
to place
he
down a couple of shatters or a couple of TNTs?
So the problem with those is they're not particularly inclined to fire. So
The keg.
he's going with the big boy.
Okay.
What he's got to do though, so he's gonna start taking another cart back up, and he's still running his sock right along that rail because
Okay.
he's hoping, number 1, to fill it with oil, and number 2, he wants as much of that slick to be gone because he's hoping he can find a way to light this with a gunshot, but so far it does not look like there's anything because
Yeah.
even a direct shot into the powder isn't gonna light it. He needs sparks, so he's looking for like shale. He's looking for anything that he can get a good spark off of a bullet.
Okay.
So he will go up. He'll take an empty cart back up, and just keep help moving as he's planning.
Okay. And you guys are just
I
helping
think
shovel?
about what I'm doing.
Yeah, as long as the guards aren't doing anything suspicious.
It doesn't look like they're doing anything suspicious. It looks like,
Okay.
for the most part, they're just relaxing. Just
Also-
kind of chilling.
Where's Martin?
Martin's just kind of, he's kind of sitting, not sitting, but kind of standing, like, watching as the mine carts go down and just making sure that the whole operation is going well.
And is he armed?
He is.
What is he armed with?
He got a 6-shooter.
2 arms.
Nice.
He's got a 6-shooter.
Just one pistol?
Yes.
At some point through, I will jump down and be like, "Pa, doing all right down there?" And come down and just like check on you, make sure that you're doing okay, and be like, "Hey, is there anything that you need that I can get you? Anything I can see if I can?"
Next load coming down, I need you to run over my foot.
All right, you sure?
Not really. I need a reason to be down here a while.
Gotcha. All right, I can do that.
I need you to break my arm.
Yep. We're gonna do get help.
Yep.
You love get help.
So I'll plan on that for the next time that I'm down. Are you doing other stuff? Well, that's
Nope, not yet.
all right. So the next time I go down and check on Paul,
He just starts screeching. Is there anybody else down there at that time?
Ooh.
There are a couple workers.
Okay, so
I've
as
just tipped them off.
he's gonna act as though he's just gotten hurt, so that he has a good excuse to be down there for a while.
Oh, my back!
Make a performance.
No, this is not gonna be good.
I'll help if you want advantage.
Because you're running over my foot?
Yep.
I'll allow it.
She pulls out her pistol and shoots you in the foot.
Oh no.
Well, this
Those
is
were
only
both
gonna go
terrible.
well. 9.
9.
Woo!
Well, I guess we start this off the fun way.
Huh? Are you? I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
it hurts! It hurts!
Did I do that?
Yes!
Oh, no!
I'm
You
so
can-
sorry.
You're injured! What happened?
You can you can also hear the commotion going on as well.
What do I need to do for you? What do I need to get?
Cole seems to be
Bandages.
worried, seems to be wondering what the commotion is, as well as he's looking down the line.
You go up there and you get me some bandages, I'll be fine.
All right. I'm sorry. I'll head up to the top to see. Mr. Martin,
Mm.
Mr. Gentry, would you happen to have
Just imagine you lying on the ground
Someone
like
with
holding
some
your knee like a soccer
bandages?
player.
anything?
Not
Yes,
really.
this is doing the oh,
Family Guy
yeah,
thing.
Family Guy thing. Yes.
Not really.
Crap! You got something, some linen, something that I can tear off into bandages, some kind of support.
If one of the workers got it,
And anybody got some canvas, some bandages, some
Help,
some
my
something?
father's fallen and he can't get up.
I am his life alert.
while you're attempting to fake your
He keeps
Fake an
forgetting
injury.
which foot he's supposed to have injured.
what are you trying to do?
Well, is anybody paying attention to me now?
Everyone's paying attention.
That makes this harder.
Oh no, I've been run over.
So,
Help!
whoever's closest, he's gonna
I'm
sort of...
bleeding
Is it pretty
so
clear that they don't
much.
believe him?
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, look, my back hurts so bad.
I'm too old to go up and down and up and down.
Look, I'm just here for the paycheck. Look, I can't go up again.
Roll a persuasion roll.
This is not gonna be good.
Nope.
Could be worse. 12.
12. Evens or odds?
Evens.
Okay.
Everyone's suspicious till you're like, look, I just don't want to have to go back. Everybody's like,
Man, I feel
Oh.
At the moment, everyone just like now starts to ignore you and just keep going on with their work.
So he's gonna sort of like makeshift himself a place to sit. So he's gonna bring over one of these rail carts that he's pushed down, and he's gonna set up beside it and sort of put his back against it. He's gonna set the barrel right there. Takes his hat off where he's got all his cord and starts running it slowly.
Okay.
You just let me know when they get down here with the bandages, and I'll figure something out.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go through and just take some time with it so that he's got some time to do some stuff. Yeah, I'm doing that number up top and trying to find anybody that might have some, like a canvas bag that I can maybe
Okay. Keith, would you please
soak
do me
in
a
some
favor?
vodka.
You're not gonna. I'm not gonna be back to you for a while. So will you do me a favor and tell me how many dice are in a 9th level fireball?
Okay. Yeah.
A
Give me a
lot.
second.
More than 5.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's 8d6 to start off.
I
with.
know.
80?
8d.
Oh, I was like,
8.
that is not
said a
the
ninth level.
like. I
Yeah.
don't remember it ever.
I'm basically the coal mine will empower this
Yeah.
explosion.
Make it uninhabitable
So,
for a while.
Yep.
Every
Yep.
slot above 3rd, but it starts off with what?
I believe it's 8d6. Okay, so you are setting up the explosion.
Yep, and he's also taken the oil in his sock that he's collected,
Okay.
and he's trying to he's soaking the cord, the cotton in it, because he needs it to take as well as it will.
Let's have you do either a sleight of hand or a stealth while you're doing this.
Okay. 23. Oh wait. 2. Sorry, 22.
No one's paying attention to you. It looks like it. As far as they're aware, it looks like you were just sitting there with your hat off, just trying to catch a breather.
That would be 14d6.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. Thank you, Keith. Okay.
Uh-oh.
As you guys are, and what are you, Tessel, and Cole doing?
Well, I'm just gonna keep asking. I'm gonna try and buy him a little extra time and whatnot. And eventually, if I can find anybody who's just got a bed sheet to sacrifice, something, so that I could concoct some sort of a support system for this artificial injury, and some bandages in case it's bleeding from, and some vodka. If anybody's
Probably
got
not vodka.
or just real
Alcohol.
strong alcohol.
Is what
Yeah.
you're looking for.
You find a few.
Moonshine,
You find a few scraps of cloth and some
Vodka's just
third rate alcohol to use.
Third rate's probably perfect for this because that
Um,
means it's essentially paint thinner.
What is Martin as he hears of the injury? Is he reacting to it at all?
He seems like super annoyed that someone's injured,
Okay,
but other than that, he does not seem to be suspicious.
cool. I'm just gonna try and keep close to him without being obvious.
Most of the pile is up at this point, so a lot of the workers are starting to head back up to figure out what they're supposed to do next.
I'll come down with your support bandages.
So, as people are starting to head up, he's gonna pull out a little a steel mirror.
Yeah.
He's just gonna hold it as best he can, trying to get a little bit of sunlight aimed upward.
Okay.
And then he's going to pretty clearly set that down, and he's going to run the cord as best he can into a little loop right around it.
Okay.
And then he's going to take his flint and steel that he uses for starting their nightly fires and stuff, and he's going to set down one of his containers. Just sort of tries to empty it out on top because he wasn't able to find any thing that's going to set a spark
Right.
So, and then he's going to bandage himself, and he'll send you back up, and he'll just sort of wait, hoping he's going to see some sort of signal coming back.
Make a perception check at this point.
Just, you see this little person stand up on the edge of the plateau, yeah, and just... Got it!
17.
17. You do see the glint of something. As you look down, you can see what has been described as the death cord
That's my target.
as your target.
And then he's
Trying
going
to decide what I have that I can use as a signal for you, and I'm not sure that I've got anything.
Just hear echoing down from the plateau.
Just throw a rock.
Could
That's
if you
the
wish.
spark.
You can throw a rock if you wish.
It's gonna hit you in the head.
Just kills me instantly.
How much damage is a
Actually,
rock
I'm
at
gonna
terminal
reach into my
velocity?
pack. I'm gonna reach
Your
into
pack?
Yeah, I'm gonna reach into my pack.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yeah.
And pull out a pack of cards.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shuffle through them and pull out the Joker.
Okay.
And
Can I see that?
Yes, you see a Joker card. You don't see. You just see kind of like a card floating down. Let's see if Martin and anyone else notices.
What the hell?
A rock would have been so much better.
It does look like Martin and
Of course he does.
Martin has seen it and kind of just like starts looking up towards where you're at.
If it looks to me like Martin spots him, let me know.
He looks like he does spot him.
Okay, so he's gonna start. I'm gonna start pushing one of these things up,
Okay.
and then I realize that I've taken all the grease off.
How
Oh, no.
close to the edge of the pit is Martin?
10 feet.
Okay.
This is Sparta!
Yes.
For the sake of like getting things where they need to be, let's have everyone roll initiative.
Yep.
That wasn't terrible.
Okay. As a side note, how does the ability you want to see it again work again? For the quick.
if your firearm is holstered when combat begins, you can spend your reaction for the first round to use your initiative roll as an attack roll on initiative count 20. Then you re-roll your initiative and enter combat with
So
your
when
gun
hit
draw.
20 hits, that's when it goes off.
Yeah. On the
And then you
on the-
roll again.
So it goes off on the first. It goes off before anybody else acts in combat, unless they had the surprise attack.
Okay.
Thing.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you use it, you roll
So
your initiative again.
So I just get to go first with that shot, right?
Yeah, that shot goes up before anybody else can do anything.
Let me just roll everyone's all of the baddies.
Had to throw a card off the plateau.
In my defense, I thought it was better than throwing a rock.
You could have just not given him a signal at all.
He
Yeah.
would actually
So
do
I was
advantage.
pre-rolling for my first
Yeah.
attack, and that's
Nice.
exciting. Okay, so what?
Yeah.
So I will get to you guys' initiative in a second, but I just have to
No
do his
worries.
quick shot real
Yep.
quick. So he sees you and shoots up towards you. Yes.
Okay.
May-
Okay.
Mhm.
That's a long shot to make with a pistol.
It is.
Okay, how many attacks?
That's why he spent a grit point to give himself
Yep.
advantage, disadvantage. Straight roll, he rolled a 15 plus 7, 22. What is your armor class right now?
Well,
Oh, and that's a 19.
Depends. Does he have cover?
He has
Do I-
3/4 cover.
So that's a +5 to your AC. I don't think it'll matter. But
no, it gives me a 19. But yeah, that's still gonna hit.
Okay. Not gonna be bad.
Oh, and critting does something else. I have to remember what all my things do.
Okay.
this is where the fun begins.
You take 5 points of damage,
Well, that could be worse.
and his gun jams.
Keith, how much health do you have? Out of curiosity.
66 starting off.
How much do you have?
60.
76
What's your con bonus?
plus 3.
Okay.
Does that sound about right, or did I mess something up?
No,
No,
you've probably
you're fine.
You're probably right.
I have a
Hard
lower
back,
con
so
than all of you.
Okay.
better.
I mean, I have a con
'Cause
of
I
plus
put-
3 as well.
I
This
put
is my
it
first
to
time playing an
intelligence.
ugly, so I was just wondering how many hit points I have compared
Well,
to everybody
see,
else.
I had started off doing an ugly, and then I switched
You've
over
also
to
added your
gambler.
your
So I wasn't
proficiency.
sure if maybe
right?
I
Yeah.
had missed
Okay.
changing
That's why I was
something.
So-
curious.
You take the 5 points of damage, and you watch as he fires, and it looks like the hammer hit back, and then the
Mhm.
explosion like has kicked it back
Right.
and kind of bent the hammer back, and it looks like he'll have to repair it. He needs to roll initiative again. Okay.
So I heard that go off.
Oh yeah.
And I
Yes.
know that it's you guys.
So initiative
12.
12,
19.
19,
Oh, geez, I forgot.
5.
5,
Oh, mine. 16, I think.
16. Okay.
I started rolling other things and forgot I had rolled initiative.
Okay. First up in the initiative order is Cole.
So Cole, to anyone who can see, Cole has been very slow moving this whole time. Now very quickly pulls out both pistols, and he's going to unload 4 shots into
Jeez.
Martin.
Okay.
Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Okay, then all 4 will hit.
All right.
Do some quick math. So let's see, each of these gets the.
Oh. I know what's going to happen.
So that is a total of 27 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay.
And let me make sure I actually understood how it works. And as a, oh no, I used my bonus action to attack, so have to next turn. Okay.
And then, as a side note, after your turn, Martin will use his reaction to spend a grit to just fix his gun.
Yep.
So he is down 2 grit points. And then next up is going to be the workers,
Who should run?
who the 4 of them are basically just gonna fire at
Oh,
you.
the hired guns.
The hired guns,
Okay,
yes.
yeah, go for it.
The miners are not sticking around for this. So, 3 of them are pistoliers. One of them is a
Please,
rifler. The rifle person will go
This
first.
is what he wants you to do.
I have 95 hit points.
Both of those will hit. None of them are crits, unfortunately.
That's why my plan was to just walk into Hofstadter's office and shoot him because
12 for the first shot.
no.
No,
Oh, damage.
12 damage for the first
Okay.
shot. Both of them hit. I rolled a 15 and a 17.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay.
And then 8 for the second shot.
Damage.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the pistoliers will go next. They will... Actually, you know what? One of them feels lucky enough that he's going to fan the hammer. Let's see how well that goes. So, his first... It's like, 3 shots. So he's going to take...
Just so you know, as a reaction to that first attack, I'm
Yeah.
gonna use a grit point and have resistance.
Okay. So, first shot will miss. Second shot will miss. Third shot will miss. Fourth shot, 16.
No.
Fifth shot will miss. Sixth shot, 17. Okay. So one of them does hit. For 9 points of damage, halving that to 4.
Yep.
And then, not feeling so lucky, one of them is just going to take an aim shot at you, which will hit, dealing 7 points of damage, having that to 4. And then the last one will just take 2 regular shots at you. And both of them will miss. As it seems that they're just like firing at you just because you have shot Martin.
Yep, as I would expect.
That is their turn. Tessel, it is your turn.
Okay, so I was trying to figure out my rules here and didn't hear what was going on. So we've got Martin 10 feet still from the pit.
Yep.
And we've got how many?
4 hired guns.
Okay. Do any of them look more intimidating than Martin?
No. Martin looks extremely capable of himself, but the rifler does. A rifle usually does pack more of a punch, so.
Okay.
Of the 4 hired guns, you should probably go for the rifler.
All right. So, in interest of honesty, I forgot that I had the gambler thing
Right.
first, so I have already rolled these attacks.
Okay.
Both of them would definitely still succeed regardless. If you
Okay.
would prefer that I waited until the next round to
If
use
you
that, I
would,
will.
if you would like to use your gamble, that is fine.
Okay. So one was a 19 and one was a 20, and that's before I add the plus
A
7.
natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
actually
gonna
hits.
end up being 40 points of damage to
What
the
what is the one that is not a natural 20?
rifler. It's a 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you doing it just at one person or at 2 people?
Well, does one person fall after the first hit?
With the natural 20, someone might fall.
Oh, okay. So that would have been aimed at the
Okay.
rifler.
We'll say for the sake of brevity, the rifler is dead. Where does it find its mark?
Okay, so that one would be like right in the throat.
Okay. You shoot your rifle, catching the man in the jungler as he just like drops his rifle and grasps at his throat before falling unconscious, drowning in his own blood.
And I've actually got my pistol out in the moment, so.
Oh, your pistol. Okay.
And then I will turn to Martin if he's the second most problematic person
Okay.
currently.
And dealing that 19 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Okay, I thought you were asking about my roll earlier as far as like the hit roll, not the.
Oh, right.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
So the natural 20 went to the other guy.
Right. Which was enough to kill him.
Okay, so this would be the gamble. You want me to add the gamble to this one?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be 10, 26.
26. Very nice.
That was messy, sorry.
No, that's fine. Okay.
I was trying to make it neat and I made it worse.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay, next up is Martin.
I want you
Who...
to shoot me. I want you to shoot me. I want you to shoot me. I want you to shoot me.
Come on, shoot me.
Yeah, he's gonna
I'm gonna gamble on this one again.
He's gonna-
Telling you ahead of time.
fan the hammer at you.
Is he gonna spend a grip point to reload at all? Because he only has 5 shots currently.
He will spend the grit point.
Okay.
He has 1 left. So he will fan the hammer at you. Let's see. 15 does not hit you. That's 17, so that will hit. So one of them hits. That will miss. That will hit. That will hit. Okay, I think that was 6.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
So
He's like,
you're gonna take.
Yeah, shrug it off.
You also have to remember that right now I'm taking half damage from every
Oh, that's
hit.
right,
So.
that's right.
And I have 95 total hit points.
Ooh,
Yeah,
you're
I can take a hit.
you're the barbarian gunslinger.
This is why my plan was like, oh, we should just walk through Hofstadter's office, walk up to him, and put a bullet in his head.
You take 31 points of damage,
Is that already halved?
having that to
Okay.
16. that is going to be Martin's turn. Next up is going to be nobody.
All right, so just so I've got a lay of the land,
Mm-hmm.
Sam is still in the pit.
Yes.
Cole and Tessel are facing off against guy up on the rim, and there's two other
Three.
Three other
Three
individuals
other-
at this point.
individuals with them.
Mm-hmm.
What are the rest of the workers doing? Like
The miners are
for
running.
their
The
lives.
miners.
The
are-
miners
Okay.
don't care enough that they're going to die.
They do not get paid enough to fight.
Right.
And what does it look like Sam is doing?
I am pushing a minecart up the track. Having heard, I mean, this is all sort of happening simultaneously, but
Right.
having heard the gunshot, he is going to be dropping down into cover and pulling out his shotgun. Cover underneath his
Okay.
Minecart.
minecart. Yeah.
Can I tell how long that fuse is that he laid out?
Nope.
I mean, you're like
150 feet up.
Yeah.
All you can see is like
It's
the
a
beacon of
fuse.
the
Yeah.
of the mirror.
Oh.
Do it and you're cool.
Sam is down there.
Do it and you're cool.
Don't shoot my paw.
Do it and you're cool.
It's what he wants.
I mean, this is
Keith
true.
knows that.
It's what he wants.
Mhm. Ideals aren't worth killing or going to war for.
he'll probably be fine.
Yeah, what's 14d6 damage?
Sure, he gave himself a plenty
16.
long fuse
Hey,
that you
what?
can't
I-
see.
16d6. I
Is
think.
it no?
I
It was
had a
14.
gunslinger.
14.
I had a gunslinger who survived explosives going off right in his belly. You might survive.
That was against the mimic, wasn't the
Yeah.
mimic horror
Yeah,
or
and he
something like that?
I survived with one hit point.
If you manage to survive, we'll just send you to the infirmary for next week. It's fine.
Okay, so we've decided I'm 200 feet to the bottom of the mine.
Yeah.
How far is it up to Martin?
Max, that
Should be 150.
Roughly. 170 accounting for
Distance,
like
yeah.
distance from cliff.
From a distance.
So
Sorry. I'm tired, apparently. Don't even really have a good reason to
what
be.
you gonna do, Keith?
The bigger threat right now is Martin. So I'm gonna shift Black Mamba over there, and I'm going to draw a bead on Martin.
Go for it.
And I am spending a grit point to negate disadvantage.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to spend a grit point to double down.
Okay.
Keith, did you take the sharpshooter feat?
Yes, I did.
Me too.
Or no,
Or did
actually, I don't know that I did.
If I'm playing a
But
gunslinger,
now
I'm
that sounds
taking
like a good
sharpshooter.
idea.
Don't think I did.
Yeah, have you
actually.
ever played Gunslinger? Take
I don't
sharpshooter.
think I did.
well?
Oh.
With double down is a
Yeah.
deadly. It's because you deal.
With
Add
with
another plus 10 on
Black
that.
Mamba doubling down on with a hit is what,
A lot.
36? No, that was the crit. No, that's not the crit.
It's whatever.
It's the max damage on two
we-
shots.
46.
46 plus 6.
46 plus 6.
Actually, it's 46 plus. Well,
Plus 12.
No, it's 4d6. So
Plus
it's 24 plus 12
is 36.
is 36.
Yeah, so hitting on doubling down is still pretty hard. So I'm ignoring disadvantage. So here comes
Okay, we'll blow
Here
an
comes
arm
the single
rolling
shot.
or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so Keith had sharpshooter and he doubles down and he hits. He deals 56 points of damage.
So that's 13 plus 11. It's 24.
24 hits.
36 points. Of
36
piercing damage
points of damage.
From the ridge.
The smoke inhalation. It's gonna get you afterward.
I'm gonna get black lung.
Where does your bullet find its mark?
I figure I'm behind him. I'm taking him right in the back of the head, right through the hat.
Okay.
There's this
You watch as
crack.
he, Cole, as you're standing there, he has emptied this gun, emptied 4 shots into you, and he flicks his gun so all of the bullets fly out as he starts like methodically
Right.
loading more guns and just cruelly smiling at you. Before you watch as his nose just like disappears.
Yep.
And all you see is just a hole before he just like crosses his eyes to kind of look where his nose was before falling face first
And all that
into
happens
the.
before the sound gets there.
So, as he is falling, am I close enough? Because I would have gotten as close as I could on my turn. Can I just push him so he falls back into
I'll allow it.
the pit?
I'll allow it. He falls.
So
Into the
so you hear
body.
this.
Oh no!
Yes,
Okay.
that is your turn,
That is my turn.
Those hired guns are so screwed.
Samuel.
So he pops up over the top of this mine cart and fires and has and total to hit is a -4.
How even?
How?
Well, okay, actually that's not true. It is a +4. So I did sharpshooter and I rolled a
okay.
1.
Oh.
So took a
Fortunate.
-5 and then
So you shoot the dead body that drops in the pit.
well, he was shooting it at one of the hired hands, so his gun jams, and he
Mhm.
immediately drops back down, and the cart sort of covers him, and he starts trying to fix the jam,
Okay.
and that's his turn.
Okay. You could technically use your reaction. Actually, you guys are not at 9th level. Never mind.
Yep.
That is your turn. Back to the top of the round.
I should have
Yes.
asked about intimidation.
You could have.
I could have, and I didn't.
It is
So
your turn.
Cole
Was
is
my turn
just
not after yours?
But, yours was before mine.
Oh.
I was very
Cole
last.
is just gonna start walking towards those other hired guns and shooting at them.
Go for it.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Great. Then all of 4 of these shots will hit.
That was his
Okay.
first action. That was the first thing I done.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm so used to rolling.
So that's a total of 26 damage to one of the hired guns.
Another one bites the dust. Where does your bullets find its mark in this guy?
So the first couple shots will hit him in the arm and the shoulder,
Okay.
and then as he goes down, how far away are they?
Maybe like 30 feet.
Yeah. So as he goes down, Cole's gonna wait till he can get right up to him, and he's just gonna kick him over in the dirt, and put 2 shots in his skull. And then
Okay.
look at the last hired gun.
Okay. There's actually 2 more.
Okay, there's 2 more. He'll just look over them.
So,
Yeah.
that's your turn. It is the hired gun's turn.
Put your pants and run.
I mean,
keep on going, boys.
You're the only thing that they can see.
Yes, I am.
So, actually, one of them is going to
Put his pants and run.
have to reload.
He should run if he was smart. Although I don't know, maybe they probably don't realize that I'm like, let's see, I am not quite at half hit points. Yet.
So one of them is basically gonna like try and find some cover and use his action to reload. The other one is gonna take 2 shots at you because he still has 4 bullets left. Okay. Both of those will hit. You take 18 points, halving that to 9.
I am now below half hit points.
He looks confident. That is his turn. Tesla, it is your turn.
Gentlemen, I'd have run if I were you, and I'm just gonna like pop the first one that's attacking you.
Okay.
And I went ahead and I gambled on that one.
Okay.
Is a 19 still gonna hit?
Yes.
Okay, because that was with the -3. So that's going to end up being 11, 15, 16, 17, 18 points.
18. Okay, he's looking rough.
And I'll go ahead, since he didn't go down, I'll go ahead and give him the second shot too.
Okay.
And so that's going to end up being 10.
10. And just like that. Where do your shots find their mark?
So the first one, I went for like kind of center of the back, but it kind of hit a little bit to the right. So you just hear this, poof, and you got the but he's still up. I'm like, well, shit, and poof, like right through where I meant to hit before,
Okay.
like right through the spine into the heart.
Okay, and you do so. He dies running.
Could have done that before. Saved yourself a world of hurt.
That
Now
it,
you're
anything
just
else,
getting
Tesla, you
tired.
would like to do? Anything else?
I guess I'll go ahead and find some kind of like cover based upon where the other fellow is.
Cover.
Just use him.
Nobody. It is your
That
turn.
would work.
It would.
The gentleman has would have 3/4 covers for these fine folks, but he has half cover from you because of your height advantage. So, unless you would like to go for the ignition.
I mean, you can no longer see me, if that makes a difference. Because you're looking down a scope, right?
Yeah.
So when you sight back over, you can't see me
Yeah, I
because I'm
can't-
under cover behind
yeah.
my thing. I was actually just drawing it out to see.
I mean, I can see that the fight on the top of the plateau seems to be handled.
There's
now.
like
Yes.
one guy
There is
left.
one guy left.
There's a guy literally hiding behind like a barrel.
I've got at least 2 friends up there. I don't know where my third one is, and that's a little bit worrying, but we have a job to do. So I'm
Do
going
it.
to spend my last grit point to aim. And
As a side note, remember when you kill people, you also get a grit back. So,
Yep.
oh, I keep
Yep.
forgetting
so
that.
Tessel, you do get a grit back because
So
of
I actually had one
killing that
more.
one dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See how
Actually, you get 2 grit points back from killing the first dude.
Yeah.
Man, didn't you crit?
Yeah, I
you
crit,
you
so
killed
that
2
one-
guys.
yeah.
You got.
So when you kill
So-
a dude and when you crit, you
crit.
get grit back.
I don't remember.
But with
the
your
kill-
specific subclass, when you
I crit, I get
when you
all
crit,
of it
you
back.
get all your grip back.
Yeah, but I critted after I only spent 1.
So
But I didn't realize
Is it
that
only
you got
money?
them back when you killed somebody.
Yes.
So
it is first page.
first page.
Yeah.
Okay, so I missed that, I guess.
It's in the text.
You blew Martin's brains out.
On a short rest, or you may regain one when you successfully critical an attack.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything about when you kill somebody.
Did
Yeah.
we?
Oh.
Did
Although I
we?
like
Did we
that
switch
more.
it?
I mean, I like
Unless
the.
that's something we talked about and I haven't updated.
I feel like that's something that we
I think-
talked about changing.
Okay.
I like that more,
I like it
but
more,
that's
so
also
we'll go with
because
that.
you know
Okay,
if
look.
I'm going to be shooting people.
This
I
is a
wanna
work
be
in
hard.
progress.
We are still
And it has
Yes,
it's
this is a
been
playtest.
it's been since
It's
been since pre-pandemic since we've pulled this
Yeah.
class out.
Yeah.
So please bear with us.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
so-
we'll say that. So I'm going to aim.
Okay.
Trying to decide. I don't think I need to.
60.
You could survive.
You don't
this.
necessarily. Yeah, you don't need to double down. You just need to hit
I just
the
need to
target.
hit. So I'm not going to double down, but that does mean I'm taking 2 shots.
So, I would suggest using a bonus action to aim,
Which
and
is what I'm
then
doing.
should you miss with the first hit, you still have a second shot left.
Yeah. So that's what I'm
So
doing.
this is going to be a called shot. So I'm going to say this DC to hit this very specific spot at this range, you're going to have to roll above a 20.
What's your bonus?
+9.
Plus 11.
Plus 11.
So you have to roll a 9 or
Above
higher.
a 9.
I rolled a 2.
Gosh!
You shoot with your first. Also remember that you get bonuses. You get to add your wisdom as well.
I did.
Okay.
That was with
You-
it.
I rolled a 2. The bonus with Black Mamba while I'm aiming is plus 11.
Okay. You fire, but it hits. Maybe like.
Sam stands up and he's like,
It misses like 2 feet.
Wait!
Hold on!
Make another shot.
Freaking glare from that mirror. Second shot.
Second shot.
well, and you also have a real limited field of vision.
Click.
Oh no!
And Black Mamba jams.
Jeez.
Oh no!
Bro, Keith, how did
Only
you
you!
so badly?
I was gonna say Sam's now gonna be like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Okay.
So you hear this.
Man, you're even trying to die and it might not happen.
So from up on top of the ridge.
From
you
on
hear
high.
this. Patoing!
He just stands up. He's like,
Ah!
wait!
Hold on!
Too soon.
And you've only heard one shot from the ridge already. So you're not real sure if there's another one coming or not.
Well, I'm running as soon as it's my turn.
Nobody's not
Speaking
sure.
of your turn, it's your turn.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I just imagine you're as Samuel's running past all these miners. Run for your lives! Please!
So he's running up and he's not far off. Move it.
Get out of the chute, get out
Yeah!
of
So
Yeah!
you're just getting the miners out.
I'm just yelling and running.
Yep.
God.
It's the apocalypse! It's the end of times! Run!
Okay. Back to the top of the round. Cole.
So, this gentleman who is hiding behind cover,
Mm-hmm.
is he within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
Good. Cole is going to walk up to him. He's just going to calmly walk around the cover, look at him. I hope they paid you well. And raise his guns up, and the first one's a crit.
Well, now before you do this, are you within melee?
No, I'll be 5 feet
That's
away.
fine. What is the crit damage?
So the crit damage is going to be...
Die when you don't need to.
I get killed by
It's gonna be
like
25
ice
points.
mosquitoes.
25.
When you
Okay.
actually try.
Unloading everything you have into him. Where do your bullets find their
So as he
most?
comes around after he says that, he's just going to raise, because this is just a single shot, he will raise just one pistol right at the guy's forehead.
Okay.
And then-
do so.
Since I'm behind cover, so I'm assuming Tessel can't see, Cole will just come walking back around.
Tessel, as far as you can see, you see that he shoots something, and then from the barrel you see a hole appears that water just starts coming
And he'll
out
just
of it.
holster his 2 guns and start walking back towards you, and he's like, there's blood just running down because he's got all these bullet holes in him, and he does not seem to notice.
Okay. Tessel, it's your turn. No one is left.
She's like, reholsters her gun. You know you look like Swiss cheese on a hot day, right?
I had not noticed.
That's a lot of bullet holes. You don't have to see to that. Sam, how you doing?
If you look into the holes,
That's your turn, Tessel. Nobody.
It's the end of time!
My entire turn is spent unjamming Black Mamba.
Can't you spend a grip point and use the bonus action to unjam a guy?
No.
No, unfortunately, we
No.
did not make that rule. I don't believe.
Nope. I don't think so.
The only thing that we've put to make it
it's at
quicker
9th level.
is
Yeah.
the 9th level reaction
Yeah.
gun release
Yeah.
thing.
So for the next 6 seconds, all I'm doing is up there. All you hear is like, shit. What?
Dios mío.
Dios mío.
Okay.
We see him stand up, just like.
It is.
Oh wait, Sam doesn't know that there's nobody at the top. So while he's running, he's not using his action to dash because he's still trying to unjam his shotgun.
Okay.
So his action to unjam and
Run!
Okay.
Run!
stop being down here.
Flee for your lives!
Run for the hills!
Okay. Cole. There's no one left. Anything you'd like to do? We're just going through the initiative order to see if you can escape.
Cole will walk over to the edge of the pit and see what's going on down there.
Tessel.
I'm just gonna go check on Sam.
You can go check on
You're gonna
Sam.
kill your whole party.
You start heading towards Sam.
Yeah, just getting close enough. Okay! You don't have to tell me that, you crazy fool! I was
Nobody.
the other way.
Flee!
Spending a grit point
Yep.
to aim.
Mm-hmm.
I am not
Got
doubling
both
down, so
Okay.
I'm
Right
taking
on the
2
edge,
shots.
Yep. Like I said, you need a 9 or above.
That is going to be 13 plus 11, 24.
Okay.
And it's like one of these things, you hear this, boom, tink, because I'm gonna skid it right off the rail, sending sparks into into.
While I'm rolling the damage, Stephen, will you please describe what happens?
So he'd set up his little mirror down there and his oil-covered cord. So the cord takes first on the outside of the cord, and it starts to burn, and it is burning in both directions now. For maybe like 3 seconds tops, because it's oil covered and all touching, and so it's skipping further in, and there's just suddenly a boom. And it is a lot more fire than your typical explosion because it is hitting coal. And so instead of the explosion that you would have expected to see coming out, it is mostly black smoke that just
and coal dust is explosive.
Sam? Yeah.
So, like a fiery wall from the detonation of this keg in the back of the from the back of this mine. You just watch it just swallow up
good old Samuel.
Samuel, you take 60 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And as it you bask in its glow.
If I'm
As a side
standing-
note, you can make a dexterity saving throw if you'd wish.
I don't think he does.
Well, I'm gonna beat my own DC here because I only have a 13. So, that's a quarter damage, by the way.
I
Because
know.
I take half from
I
explosions.
know, but I will, as a
We'll talk
reaction,
about
you
this
take
later.
half of explosive damage, and I will describe what happens.
Oh, he
Uh,
has plans.
If I'm standing on the edge. Do I
Yeah,
take
let's.
damage?
You guys aren't gonna take the full damage, but make dexterity saving throws. Tessel and Cole. You're not gonna take the full brunt of it.
I do not believe an 8 beats your DC.
No, I only have a 13 DC though.
16?
Yeah, you made it.
Okay.
You're fine. You'll take 15 points of just like fire damage,
Still stings a bit.
and you'll take 30, halving that to 15 as well.
I'd like to point out I could have taken the full brunt of that and still been fine.
I'd like to point out that all 3 of you took 15 points of damage.
Yep.
No, but all you see is just like
This
You
roar-
dodged
like
it.
it's like the
Explosives.
mythological dragon just bursting
Well, and I dodged it too.
bursting out of it. For thematic purposes, because Stephen will not be here, I will explain what happens to Samuel. Samuel,
Oh, Sam.
the explosion rockets you out of the. But for thematic purposes, because of this, no one else sees this. You You sail off into the sky. You hit the side of a building, slide off into a mine cart,
What
which
building?
tips over and drops you. There were a couple of like makeshift buildings.
Team Rocket's blasting off
Knocking yourself out. You guys watch as like the main like wall of fire dissipates, and you can see now all of the coal has ignited and is like slowly heating.
So we think he died in an epic.
It looks like this boy just got disintegrated.
But he's actually still alive somewhere.
He's actually just unconscious.
Yeah.
I only
amazing.
took like a quarter of my hit points in
That's
damage.
kind of amazing. But in our opinion, you
I
died in an
rolled
epic
really well.
way.
I could have. The thing is I could have taken max damage, failed the roll, and still been alive.
That's amazing.
Now, if this had been Meteor Swarm, 'cause
Yeah.
that is 40d6.
Woo!
20 d6 of bludgeoning damage and 20 d6 of fire damage.
Yep.
Jeez.
If I was at full hit points and I activated my resistance, I think I could take one of those and live.
Jeez.
You guys, Cole and Tessel, you stand at the mouth of this now gaping behemoth jaw.
Cartoon, like white eyes against blacks. Like.
Nobody, I can't even begin to describe what you see.
I see a wall of black smoke rising up in front of me, and then I can't see anything. It's like,
Can't believe that worked.
I shoulder black mamba, and I start picking my way down the plateau.
Okay.
Sam.
For the sake of brevity, and because we
Disintegrated.
are running a little later than usual for these, you guys reconvene together at the mouth of this now raging inferno.
Cole is standing there with his hand on his heart.
I take my hand out. If there's, and then put the fire out on it. Open it up. He was a quiet man.
Eulogy for our fallen comrade.
I can't wait to see you.
Kind of liked him though. I never told him so, cause he was a little bit of a stale cracker. But man, he was a good sort.
He was a man who truly understood the value of silence.
That
See.
too.
You see a couple of burning pages falling from the sky.
My lungs are on fire. We should move. This hurts
See.
to breathe.
You decide to quickly cut out of there to ensure that the patrols do not come and get you.
Cole
Gonna
is
grab-
still leaving a trail of blood as he is still kind of not really put together the fact that he is bleeding.
Before we
He was-
leave, I'm going to take the gunfighters' bodies and toss them in the pit.
Okay. You begin roasting those bodies.
After I take especially the riflemen, after I take his
Add 10 bullets.
Everybody here, if anybody comes around you while you're
You're now in a
heading
ghost
back-
camp.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay,
I am sure
everybody's
when that
gone.
exploded,
Everybody
everyone
left.
ran.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You can feel like even as you're standing here, the heat is slowly getting more and more oppressive on you.
Yeah, let's go.
It's gonna smolder for years.
You guys start heading out back towards Sierra, knowing what you must do next, which is to
You
take
take
care of.
Saltpeter and you take care of him.
You got it.
You guys head towards
I
Sierra,
have no
knowing
idea what
that
I'm
the
doing,
next
and I
step
have
in
a
your
negative
journey
one
is to
intelligence.
confront the other two Gentry 3 and Hofstetter himself.
Great.
While an unconscious under a cart, Samuel Hammond wonders, what?
Why did he shoot?
What's just happening?
He's gonna think we're dead.
And we'll end the session there for tonight. Thank you
Oh my
all
gosh.
for joining us for another session of Sunset over Sierra.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
I don't know about you guys, but that was awesome. I had a lot of fun. So
It's nice to plan someone's demise
And just not have it work.
and not have it work. But thematically, that absolutely worked better with
Yep,
you
it
just
tracks.
like launching yourself like out of a cannon and like basketball dunking yourself into like a minecart.
I love everything about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it leaves it open so that you can bring the character back if
Yeah.
you wanted to. All right, we're going to call it here for tonight. We do have one more episode of Sunset Over Sierra, so tune in for that next week. Stephen will not be with us. Lance will be back. Danny and I will be back, obviously, and Brayden will be back in the DM's chair. We may have Kyrie, but I don't know.
We'll see if there
We'll
will be
see what
anyone
happens.
else with us.
We'll see if we can rope anyone else into the finale of this little bit of the adventure. Meantime, thank you all for joining us. We hope you had a good time, and remember,
Grab your hats and grab your balls.
And if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house.
Good
Good night, everybody.
Good night.